or is it just me? I'm probably just pretty quiet. I usually don't talk too much during my stream because I have no followers. I have 2 followers. I think they're real people. You know what I'm saying? So, what I've actually decided to do today is, I googled 101 questions to answer when bored.
I've heard of this mystical natural wonder known as the Fountain of Youth.
Shut up, Sophie. I'm
Do
talking.
you think the stories are true? I sure hope so. If I ever found it, I would never go sober again.
God damn it. Middle of me having a conversation, motherfuckers. Alright. What I was saying is 101 questions to answer while I'm gonna answer them and go with it. So I'm sure eventually get views or get followers and they can click the video and learn about me. So question number 1, tell me the 3 best things about you. Damn, right out the gate. Like, hard and personal as shit. 3 best things about me. I have to think of at least one good value about myself. As I bite out my day old stale Starbucks blueberry muffin. Sorry, turn chewing. I good secret keeper. I'll say that. Kind of got forced into it, but yeah, I'm a good secret keeper. People just randomly like telling me things. They say it's something about me. And just I think friendly and cheery. They tell me shit. I remember best example of this is I was going to college and just for a little bit. I fucking sucked at it. Did not work out on my behalf. I'm a trade school guy, but I was going to college trying to make my parents happy. And this girl that sits next to me in class had Starbucks. I was like, oh shit, I really like Starbucks. I'm a basic white girl. Hey, where'd you get that Starbucks? Is there one close by? Did you get it, before coming to class or something?
Do you know there's some fruits?
And she was like, no, there's one on campus. It's called a Tavana here, though. And this was, back in like 2014. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know Tavana and Starbucks were the same thing. She explained that to me, and I was like, okay, cool. Can you tell me where it is? Because after class, I want to go by and give me a Java chip. And she goes, I'll show you. I'll walk you there. I'm heading past it anyways to my next class. And I was like, oh, cool. I found out. So was I, because I was going to the next building. So, me and her leave class after into class. And we start walking that way. And then she just starts talking. I said we started talking, but no, she started talking. She started talking about her boyfriend, about how he's waiting to pick her up, how their relationships were on the rocks and everything. And she wasn't hitting on me, let me make that clear. And this isn't one of those, like, I'm downing myself and I don't see signs. I'm actually pretty good at seeing signs. There were a lot of girls that liked me. I don't know why they liked me, but I knew they liked me. And, I'm thinking of myself as Kazuma. I'm not that cliche. Oh, she liked me. I had no idea. I knew when girls liked me, and I knew when they didn't. This girl wasn't interested in me. She was like an 11, and I was like a 4 in her mind. That's how she saw it. She was just talking, and it just kind of slipped out, I guess, because she got comfortable. And I guess one of the reasons for that is because, if I was 11 and she was 11 and she started talking smack about her boyfriend, she knew I'd put down some moves. But she probably assumed I knew my place, or, I wasn't going to put down any moves. It wasn't because I was a 4, it was because I was married. But that's neither here nor there. So she just started telling me about her life, and this happens a lot for some reason. People just want to divulge college things. You know, for a while I was kind of like, oh, this is really cool. You know, I can help people. People give me stuff and I can talk. Dude, it's bad. I hate it. I'll be sitting there and some girl will be talking about like some bullshit and her best friend told me that she slept with her boyfriend. I'm just sitting there like, what? Why? Why must you make me know this? It's fucking horrible. So one out of three right there is I'm easy to talk to, I guess. Easy to dive, you know, good secret keeper. 2, I need a second thing. Tell me the three best things about you. God, this is, question number 1 of 101 questions. If it's this hard, I'm kind of fucked. The second best thing about me. I'm gonna come back with this one. This is just too much. I'm gonna come back to this one. Alright, I'm gonna go to number 2. This already isn't a good time. I start this, I'm gonna answer 101 questions. I have to skip question 1. That's just a bad start to this. On a scale, question number 2, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strict were your parents? I love this kind of question because they were I want to say, let's say a 3 and a 9. Like, not like my mom was a 3, my dad was a 9. Not like, you know, different. At the same time, they were a 3 and a 9. It was ridiculous. C's were failing grades in my family. If I got a C, I was failing. But they would let me drink at home. They let me skip if I was getting all A's. I got to skip an occasional Monday to hang out with my other friends who had all A's. My mom actually, when I was 16, bought me cigarettes because I was smoking and smoking the same thing as her. But at the same time, she was really strict with dating. So it's like on some issues they were 3s where they should have been probably 9s, and then on other issues they were 9s where they should have been 3s, or you know, not 3s, but like 5s or 6s. You know, they should. But no, at the exact same time, my parents were on a scale of 1 to 10 on how strict they were. They were a 3 and a 9. I'm waiting for daylight, but I don't want to wait because waiting is boring. Okay, so number 2 was a lot easier to answer than number really, really personal number 1. Really like self-evaluating. I hate that. Like I don't. It's not that I'm humble or that I even think negatively about myself. I just don't think about that. You know, I just show up, I do my thing, and if good, you know, I just do whatever. I don't think of my best qualities or my worst qualities unless I'm in a job interview. Now, if it was a job interviewer asking me my best and worst qualities for the job, I got answers for that. But this question is just, tell me the 3 best things about you. Stop, Rocky, that's my couch. You don't do that, Rocky. I got you 3 scratching posts. Why do you use my couch? Oh, fucker. God, you're adorable. Stop just, I'm streaming, trying to answer these impossible fucking questions. And you're just meowing at me. And now you're rubbing up against me. Guys. He's gonna lay in my lap and I'm no longer gonna be allowed to play the game. Shut up, Rocky. You're more interrupting than Sophia. Yes, that's blueberry muffin on my mouth. No, you can't have any. Alright, so number 2 is easy. Number 3, who was your worst teacher and why? So I don't like this question because this doesn't seem like a fair question. This doesn't seem like a fair question strictly because I was a shit student. So I can't really consider someone the worst teacher. Oh, Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell in biology. Nope, I remember that fuckface. So here's this. This is some bullshit. All right, so here's my biology. I failed biology that year. What happened? What had happened was
Papa, you're home.
he gave us this layout. He gave us this. Hey, you're gonna get a worksheet.
Aw.
Every week you're gonna get a worksheet. You gotta fill out the worksheet. Every week you're gonna get assigned chapter questions, and every week you're gonna get assigned vocabulary. I want them printed. I want the vocabulary questions typed and printed because you guys have horrible handwriting, and I'm not trying to spend my time deciphering that. And I want your questions answered on type the question and then type the answer and print that as well and staple them together. And then turn those in with your worksheets each week. I was like, okay, this is easy. Some days I get really fucking bored because I do most of my homework at school or on the bus before I get home. So I never had homework in high school. It's one of the reasons I basically flunked out of college is because I didn't know how to do homework at home. I didn't know how to properly study. I just coasted by in high school. But so I don't do homework at home. So I usually have a lot of free time at home since my parents were sometimes 9s and sometimes 3s. They ended up share my activity. Yes, no, share my activity. So I ended up sorry about that. Just trying to share a link to my Twitch so I can post it on my Facebook, see if any of my friends want to support me, because that's what friends do. So anyways, I'll come back to that in a second after I answer this question. Actually no, because most of them are going to want to hear this question, and I don't have anybody viewing me right now, so I might as well just fucking answer the question, you know what I mean? How do I share? Oh, here we go. I think I'm on it. Oh, God. Freaking commercial's gonna give me a damn stroke. Let's see if Facebook remembers my real password. Nope, fake password. Send a code via SMS. Oh, where's my cellular device? No, it's charging because I let it get to 5%. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I had to get the little Facebook code because I never log in on my laptop, but it's a lot easier to share it on my laptop than it is. Alright. Alright, so now Facebook's wanting to spend like a year and a half making sure I'm me. god, it wants me to make a password, guys, and I'm really somewhat good at this, but bad at remembering them. And I'm also really bad about saying what I'm typing out loud. So I'm about to tell all of you my new password and everything. So I'm really, the main reason I'm being quiet right now is because I'm gonna like start mumbling, ABC 1 2 3 exclamation point. Okay, guys, let's get back to the stream. And then next thing I know, people are gonna be posting my phone. No, wait, I don't have any viewers, so why do I care about people posting my Facebook? Hey. God dang it. Gotta make something that doesn't make any sense. I'm just gonna try and share it from my phone, guys, because this is getting ridiculous. Let's go to my Twitch, on there, settings, don't worry about that. No, stop it. Making my life hard. Hey. There's no way to share. Where's share option on my Facebook?
Children creep me out. Is it just me, or do they all look the same? If we had kids, what do you suppose they would look like? Oh no, I meant hypothetically. Not that I would want to. Although you are. I'm just going to shut up now before I really
Hey, I just gotta wait
myself.
for an ad on my own fucking channel. Sophia, my wife is here. Stop trying to have me put babies in you. We got 2 followers. Beefozone and Encoder Fashion. Yeah, about that. Alright. Let me see. Share. 2. Facebook. Oh, great. Okay. Alright, so let's try this. Let's try share 2, Facebook. And share now. Alright, so now that I got that out of here, I'm gonna go back to what I was talking about. I just had to share a link and ended up being 10 times more complicated than it should have been. Oh, death. Death. No, okay. So back to Mr. Mitchell, my biology teacher in high school. Total D-bag. He, I was a bit of a D-bag in high school too, so that's not 100% fair, but no, he was a D-bag. My wife didn't even like him. He was a creeper to her. And my wife don't like you. There's something wrong with you. But anyways, so he gave us this, every week he gave us these worksheets. Told us at the beginning of the year, how it's going to go down. So every week he gave us the worksheets. That chapter, the chapters that we were reading's vocabulary, and the chapters that we were reading's questions and how to do it. And I was like, okay, cool, not a problem. I'm gonna get ahead of this bitch because he wants them typed. So I went, smart as I am, one of my days off. Well, not days off because I was in school, but like on the days that I had nothing to do. My bitch ass sat down and did the vocabulary for every chapter, typed. Took me 3 days. The entire biology's book's vocabulary. Then, my super awesome ass started doing the questions. Okay? And I'm like, yo, this way, I only gotta do the worksheets every week. Easy peasy. Like a month into the school year, this motherfucker, this son of a bitch, this bastard comes up and says, hey, some of you guys are cheating. So what they were doing is one dude was typing up basically what I did. So basically there was a kid smarter than me. Or I'm not going to say smarter than me. He was an entrepreneur. This kid, I'm sure most of you smart kids can already tell where this is going. He had the fucking cojones to do exactly what I did. Except for when he hit print, he print like 20 copies. And then he would sell that. So he was selling people the vocabulary and the questions answered. So, Mr. Mitchell, trying to be a reasonable teacher, got ahead of this. Told us we had to eat dicks and write it now. I refused. I went up to him, I'm like, look, I understand. I understand that somebody's cheating, and that's cool. I understand you can't 100% say it's not, I'm not one of the people who cheat. But I'm gonna tell you I'm not. I got integrity. I grew up in a military family. I'm a little shit sometimes, but I don't lie. So I want to tell you right now, I am not doing these fucking questions, doing these fucking whatever. I put my foot down. Like, dude, I'm not. I'm sorry that we had some shitheads ruin it for everybody, but I cannot let you do that to me. I put too much time and effort into this. And he said, screw you. Do it anyways. Not my problem. So every week, I turned in the worksheet and typed. And he said, I don't accept typed. And I said, I don't accept that you don't accept typed. So where are we going to go from here? And so he kept giving me bad grade after bad grade. So I started skipping his class. Fuck it. If he's not going to give me good grades, if he's going to be a little prissed about this, I'm going to skip class. Well, it got to a point where came final exam time, and he was like, look, man, I've never had anyone score above a 92 on my final exam. And he was proud of that. That's my other thing. He was proud that people could not pass, that people struggled to pass his class. He was proud that he had a high failing rate. That's a bad sign of a public education team, public educator. Anyways, he kill this fucking dragon really fast. Anyway, so he told me I would need a 98% on his final exam to pass his final and pass the class. And I said, oh, cool. You answered a question for me, whether I was coming to take your final or not. So I didn't. I skipped his final. I failed his class. Now on the inverse side of this, my wife, who I started dating towards the end of that year, was his favorite student ever. But he was also like weird about it. Like, he would yell at kids for being late to class. Like, you couldn't be late to his class. If you were walking through the doors, the bell rang, you were written up. My wife once showed up 2 minutes late to class. Bell rang and she wasn't even in the door. She came in the door and went to go take her seat, and he just kind of smiled and winked at her and gave her a nod. Now, she was also really fucking smart, and I'm pretty sure she was in like his advanced version of his class or whatever. But still, yeah, that's actually the story with a lot of me and my teacher. It's the same with her and my old history teacher, Mr. Newman, one of the best teachers I ever had. Oh, question number 4. Who was your favorite teacher and why? Well, I went ahead and answered that. Mr. Newman. Mr. Newman was my favorite teacher because he was down to earth. I would come into his class if I came into his class early, so he didn't expect any of his freaking kids to show up to class until like the bell rang or like no one showed up in the morning. If you came into his class when he wasn't expecting, like if you came to his classroom when he was on his planning period or whatever, where he had no students. Well, I say classroom, but he had a trailer, so there weren't enough rooms in the building, so they made these trailers outside, and he was in one of the trailers. He would be blasting like Linkin Park and freaking oh my god, why can't I remember their name? Diary of Jane. Semi truck. Deer in headlights. But like good alternative rock songs. I remember Linkin Park because that was my shit, dude. Still is my shit. Still blast Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda and Mr. Hahn and all of them. Even their individual solo work. But and he was like really down there. It was me, Kat Casey, or no, Katrina Galowski. Yeah, Katrina Galowski and Kat Casey. I want to say no. That wasn't her name. Troxel. Annalise Troxel. Yes, it was. I think that was her name. I don't remember. This girl Annalise and this girl Katrina, and me. We had no issues passing this class. I think I passed that class with like a 98. It was history, world history. Easy class. I love it. I love history. Kat and Annalise's situation was they weren't freshmen, so I was a freshman in that class. They were from somewhere else. They moved here, and they were senior and junior, I think. And they didn't take the history class yet because it wasn't time where they were. But when they moved here, everybody did in their freshman year, so they got shoved in a freshman class. Happened to me my senior year with one of my other least favorite teachers, Coach Windick. Anyways, we would sit in class, we would joke around, we'd talk to ourselves, we'd make sandwiches, and he wouldn't ask anything, he wouldn't bother us. He would get on to the rest of the class, point laser pointers at him, pay attention. But he didn't mess with us, because we had good grades. He didn't have a problem with us. He only gave shit to those who were failing his class, or, struggling. Or who were just flat out stupid. I need straw, guys. Where do I get some more straw? I gotta go find some other fucking goods people to give me straws. Hey, what do you got? Ah, fuck, I'm already outside. He would even let us, we were like, hey, can we go to the vending machine? I'm like, yeah, you guys can go to the vending machine. Like, all of us go to the vending machine. Leave the class, walk around the halls for a little bit, come back, sit outside. He's real chill. Real chill. He didn't bother with us because we got good grades. So he didn't give a shit. He was another one who adored my wife, and when he caught us kissing outside of class once, he wasn't even like, hey, stop that kissing. I was like, hey, guy. He was like, hey, guys, move up. Really? Really, Alexis? I was like, Mr. Newman, I'm hurt. I thought I was 1-3. He's like, yeah, I like you, but I mean, and he was kind of like just shoulders up because my wife was the straight A honor roll student, really good, showed up to class on time, didn't cause any trouble, got into no fights, didn't even cuss really. All in all, great student, everybody's favorite student.
Hello, the finest weapon.
I skipped school, got caught drinking, run-ins with the police, just complete opposite. And so when he saw us, he was like, "Really? Come on, Alexis. Come on. Don't do the bad boy thing. Don't do that. Don't. It's stupid." Where can I get? Does Riften have a general goods trader? I just need straw. That's what I really need. Talk to Brynjolf, and who else does it want me to talk to? Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So the answer to number 3's question, who was your worst teacher? is Mr. Mitchell. The answer to number 4's question, who was your favorite teacher, was Mr. Newman. And I will say I really embarrassed myself in Mr. Newman's class in front of Annalise and what's her name, because, I mean, I was a dumb kid. You know, I was a freshman. They were senior and juniors, and they were attractive girls. My dumb ass would come up with shit and, like, you know, little white lies trying to make myself look cooler and everything, and looking back at it, I'm just like, oh my god. Someone stabbed this kid in the face. If I could fight younger me, I probably wouldn't exist because I'd kill him. Alright. Number 5. Which would you pick? Being world-class attractive, a genius, or famous for doing something great?
I'm the steward here.
Steel's good, but loyalty's better. I was then. Why would I do that? A true Nord places loyalty only inside the gates. Much of Falkreath Hold is wilderness, and there's plenty of trust.
Falkreath is a hard place, and tending a
And
farm
Dora and
here
I
is
like to keep to
dangerous.
How did you die? Do you got anything I'm trying to find somebody to sell me shit. Come on. Somebody sell me shit. Huh. Alright, so this is one I gotta think about. Being world-class attractive would probably make my wife happy.
We let provincials like you wander Skyrim.
Look, I'm gonna kill this dude who keeps talking shit to me.
Yeah?
Here, give me some fucking...
Doing some building, eh? We can deliver it wherever you need. I'll have them hauled over right away. Good day.
Alright, get the fuck out of here. If I chose world-class attractive, my wife would be super freaking happy. I mean, who doesn't want to make their wife happy? A genius. Now here's the thing, if I was a genius, I could probably make a fuck ton of money, which would also make my wife really fucking happy. But not all geniuses end up becoming rich and famous. You know, because even if you're a genius, nowadays starting businesses cost money. You know, it's lower middle class people aren't starting businesses. They're not successful startups. Let's say, what was the other one? Famous for doing something great. Seems a bit vague to me, so I don't know how I feel about it. There's no straw here either. Did I go to Windhelm? Maybe somebody has straw in Windhelm. I'm gonna Google it too, where to find straw in Skyrim. Hey, it's right there, won't I? There is somewhere in Falkreath. I just couldn't find it because I wasn't paying attention. Stupid me. Now here's the thing. If I'm world-class attractive, I've got to worry about... I'm going to go back to Falkreath real fast. Shut up, Rocky. I have to worry about other bitches hitting on me and shit. And that's just... I like being a 4. No one hits on me. Just me and my wife, who for some reason decided to settle down. But being a genius could be very taxing as well. Being famous for doing something great.
La da da, la da da, la da
Now, if I was world-class attractive, my stream would be a lot more popular. But, genius sounds pretty good, too. I just don't know. The famous about something great doesn't sound like that. There's something about it just doesn't, you know, ding, 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 this is the one, you know? I just, doesn't click with me. The general goods store or a baby? That's for concoctions. What is this, jail? Yeah, I want to find the general goods store. It says there's Falkreath General Goods. Harvest Thistle. There's like one fucking home in all of Falkreath. Oh, is this it? Yep, this is it. So let's wait for like 4 hours. I'm gonna say... Genius, attractive, famous for something good. Genius, attractive, famous for something good. Let's go with famous for something good. Let's go with that. Yeah, I think I would want that. You know, I don't know. Or something great, sorry. Who are the 3 greatest living musicians? Oh my shitballs. I'm gonna reference bands because I don't really credit individuals. You obviously gotta put Eminem on that list because and I don't say Eminem because I'm white and he's the white rapper. There are plenty of good black rappers, but he's socially accepted as one of the greatest rappers.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
In a genre where most people get upset when, you know, a lot of people claim cultural appropriation. I mean, I saw this one girl ranting about Bruno Mars being a cultural appropriator of black music, which was just absolute garbage malarkey.
Me, I call them
But Eminem, nobody really questions it. Nobody gives him grief for it. Nobody throws a hissy fit or stomps their feet about it. They're like, yeah, nah, he's dope. And they let him have it. So, I will say, question number 6, who are the 3 greatest living musicians? Definitely one of them is Eminem. Just because the odds were so stacked against him, and he still became as good as he is. Regardless if you think there are other rappers better than him, like J. Cole or Drake or whatever, if you think that, then cool. I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong. I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, he is one hell of a rapper. And he's changed the game. He's changed so much about it. A lot of it flows around him. He's a centerpiece for the genre. I know Chester Bennington's dead, but Linkin Park isn't. So I am going to say Linkin Park. But something you have to keep in mind, the reason I say Linkin Park is because they gave life to alternative rock. Yes, there were people doing alternative rock beforehand. There were people who liked alternative rock. There was Hollywood Undead. There was, you know, a couple other, you know, different bands. It existed. Alternative rock existed before Linkin Park. But Linkin Park took it, made it their own, and then just fucking ran with it, and they mainstreamed it. They made alternative rock what it is today people, the fan base, the how it, and then the best part is they adapted too. They changed with time. Their fan base grew, so their music grew. Everyone's like, "Yo, we want Hybrid Theory again," and Linkin Park's like, "Okay, go buy Hybrid Theory. If you want Hybrid Theory again, go buy Hybrid Theory." There you go. There you go. And then they gave us Hunting Party, so everyone kept throwing the little bitch fits. We got Hunting Party, which was a great, hard-hitting, boom, 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 album. But everyone kept giving them shit, wanting a Hybrid Theory. But their fan base kept growing because they kept changing their music. They kept changing their style. They kept dabbing in something else. They kept dabbling in a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And they never stopped growing. And for that, Linkin Park is one of the greatest living musicians. Even though Chester's passed away, the band as a whole is still alive, and they will find a new singer. I don't want to say they will be good as Chester, because that would just sound horrible. To say, oh, you'll never be as good as the guy you're replacing. But I mean, look at AC/DC. They didn't die. They thrived and survived. So I'm gonna say Linkin Park, Eminem, and another greatest living musician. This is really bad because I don't listen to a lot. But someone I really do like right now who's a big chunk of my playlist currently because I just recently discovered them is Nefex. They're a no copyright band or a group on Facebook or YouTube. Their music's just pretty good. I just like it. It's good workout music. It's good, walking to and from work, which most of you may or may not know, I do that all the fucking time. It's just good music. I like them. So I would say Nefex, Linkin Park, and Eminem are the three greatest living musicians currently. Let's see, was I able to do this? Woohoo! Activated carpentry workbench. 10 hours later, the greenhouse and cellar brewing area have been repaired. The greenhouse contains 9 planters for growing meat ingredients and 2 apiaries, while the cellar brewing area houses 2 vats for brewing mead. Once a brewer is hired, you can hire a brewer using the business ledger located in the farmhouse. Awesome. Well, I can't hire anyone in the middle of the night, so if my screen ever seems bouncy, if my character ever seems like it's looking around a lot, I tend to rest my arms on my knees and my legs bounce. I lift my heels off the ground and I just bounce myself. You see, like, if I'm like walking and you see like my I don't know, it's hard to do it right now, but it just seems like I'm moving around a lot. It's usually it, because I'm having a hard time controlling the controller. Some people say it's an anxious bounce, some people say it's a nervous tick. I'm not nervous, I'm not anxious. It's just something I do.
Yeah?
Get out of my way.
Huh?
Who are you?
Be careful out
You
there.
have really pretty eyes. It's a good mod. Alright, so let's go to question number 7. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? You're only letting me pick one? That's pretty fucky.
Yes. Huh? Mm-hmm.
Mead blood? Really? Strovar mead blood? Look, I love this mod. It's cool as shit.
Yes.
But really, we couldn't get any more creative than that. Alright. If I could change one thing about yourself, or if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? So I'm torn between my height or my voice? Because I'm only 5'9", which, yeah, it's like, okay, it's not tall, but you're not short. Why do you want to change your height? Let me explain you something. Let me learn you something today. My oldest brother, Russell. I'm the second oldest. Russell's my oldest brother. He's like 6'4".
Or even Tamriel, for that
Then
matter.
the next brother, younger than me, is 5'8". He's right there next to me. He's 5'8 and a half. You might even say he's 5'9". So me and him were like about like literally barely even an inch difference between the two of us. So that's cool. The brother younger than him, Matt, he is, I want to say 6'2", 6'1". And then the youngest brother, Brian, is 6 foot. Then my sister, the youngest, Carol Ann, is going to probably hit 6 feet. Or she's going to at least be 5'10", 5'11". She's about as tall as me, maybe even taller. Now I have a brother and sister on my other side, on my mom's side. That was the brothers and sisters step families. They're a lot more complicated. They're all on my dad's side. I have my other older brother on my mom's side, little Anthony. I don't know exactly how tall he is, but I know he's taller than me. Probably about 6 foot. And then my sister, who I want to say is probably 5'8", 5'9". Now my other brother's 5'5", 5'4". I don't know. He's short. He's short. But yeah, that's the heights in my family. My grandfather on my mom's side was like, now he died when I was 9, so I may be over exaggerating, but he was like fucking 8 feet tall. No, he was like, I want to say he was like 6'4", 6'5". My dad is 6 foot even, maybe 5'11", but we don't want to tell him that. We just let him have 6 foot. It's bullshit. Okay, I want to hit 6 feet. I just want to be 6 feet tall. I'm not asking for 6'6". I'm not asking for 6'9". I'm not asking for 6'9". I'm not asking for over 7 feet. I'm not even asking for 6'1". I'm asking for 6 foot. That's what I want. Or the other thing I'm torn between is my god awful voice. So I already did farmhouse. Let's do that. Not enough building materials. What do I need? I need 70 firewood, 40 quarried stone, 30 clay, 40 nails, 10 iron fittings, 1 lock, and 1 iron, 10 iron ingots. So let's see what I have. Doesn't need straw, which is great. Awesome. I need more quarried stone. I have enough nails. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have enough. Oh, you know what I don't have? I don't have a lock. No! I don't have any corundum ore! Or corundum ingots! Because for some reason, that's fucking ridiculously hard to find now. Let me get some fucking quarry. So I'm torn between my voice and my height.
Do you think that saber cats and Khajiit are somehow related? They do seem similar, except the Khajiits are more human.
You know, I'm gonna say height, because here's the thing about my voice. I hate it. It sounds god awful. Sometimes when I hear my own voice, I'm like, God, how do you people talk to me on a daily basis? But people do. People still talk to me on a daily basis. I got my loving wife. I've got my brothers who I hang out with. I've got a friend, maybe two. My coworkers don't, like, avoid me. They're probably annoyed by my voice, but not enough to that they don't avoid me. So, my height. I would love to just... All I'm asking for is 3 more inches, man. Just 3 more inches. Is that so hard? You know, is that so bad to ask for? That's one more inch than what Crowley asked for that got him to sell his soul. Like, now he asked for it in a different place, you know what I mean? If you guys didn't get that Supernatural reference, just don't bother following my stream at all. Bounce the fuck out. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But watch Supernatural. It's a great show. Alright. I probably have enough war right now. Now I gotta go Corundum, War, or Ingot hunting. I don't want to go spin the cat. Ooh, is there clay? Let me get some more clay. What was that? If you can change. Okay, 8. What was your favorite toy growing up? It depends who you ask. So, if you ask my mom, it was Baby Rich, which was this like Cabbage Patch trucker doll that I had my entire life. If you ask my granny, it's my Batman action figures. Whereas if you ask me, I don't really have an answer to that. I don't think I ever really cared enough about my toys to have favorites. I can't really say I had a favorite toy growing up. Maybe my PlayStation 1 when I got it, which I bought. So the story about my PlayStation 1 is I bought it from like a door-to-door salesman. Okay, I was really young. I don't even know how I had the cash to get it. I just know I had like some few bucks saving up from like finding a dollar here, dollar there, never spending it, not even telling my family I had it. And some kid or like a teen, I say kid, but he was probably like a teenager or something, and I was like fucking young as shit. He came up to our door and was selling the game, the console, and a bunch of other shit. And he sold me the fucking game, and I bought it. It was really weird because I lived on. The reason it was weird. Okay, now I remember where I was going. Sorry. I can't multitask. I'm really bad at multitasking. He sold us the game, and the reason that was weird, that he was a door-to-door salesman that sold me the game, is because I lived in bumfuck Kentucky. The only neighbor close to me was some meth lab having motherfuckers right down down the road a little bit, like I want to say a quarter mile. Other than that, you had to go down this giant fucking hill, which my brother did go down once on a bike after my mom had a car accident. So this is a crazy story. So mom gets into a car accident. Oh, I'm telling a story inside of a story inside of a story. Okay, let me tell first story. I'm sorry guys, I'm working on this. So so this kid comes up, sells us this PlayStation. And the reason it is crazy is because closest neighbor to my right is like over a mile away. Closest neighbor to my left is like quarter mile away. And then you gotta go down this gigantic fucking steep hill that was just ridiculously long. Some cars struggled getting up it. Go down this hill for a bit, and then there's a main road, and there's like 3 or 4 houses down that road. So I don't know what this dude's doing. I don't think he has a car. I think he has a bike or something. He's going, and he has like a couple. It was just weird. And so, but I didn't question it. I was a kid. Bought the freaking PlayStation. Bought a couple games. I don't even remember the first game I got, but it was this really weird PlayStation game. And I got it, and it was PS1. We played it. It was the shit. Alright, now that I've told that story, I'll tell my other one. So the hill, just to give you an idea of how fucking steep it is. We were at the base of the hill. My mom, my brother, and I, and our dog, Rowdy. We're driving along, and we get in a car accident, trying to turn into our hill, our subdivision. And, nobody's really hurt. It's, got in an accident. We call the police. My mom kind of feels sore. She's a diabetic, and so just to be safe, ambulance does come to make sure nobody's, like, dead. And she sends my brother up the hill with me, another kid that was near there at the bottom of the hill, and gotta fight these fucking, god damn it, Sophia, killing all these goddamn bandits. Anyways, so the kid had a bike, and his house was like towards the bottom of the hill, and he was about our age. So me, my brother, the kid, and my dog. Mom was like, "Look, just takes the dog home, put him in the house. I'm gonna answer some questions here for the police and the ambulance and everything." They put a neck brace on my mom because they just didn't want to risk anything, because she was hit. We were hit pretty hard, but it doesn't seem like we were hurt. We get up, you know, we're hanging out. I'm showing the kid my PlayStation because it's so cool. I got my dog inside. My little brother asks if he can ride the kid's bike. The kid's like, yeah, because, I mean, why not, right? My brother goes down the hill. Now, I told you this hill was too steep for some cars. Well, my brother goes down this hill, loses fucking traction, and wipes out, and falls down this entire hill. He is messed up. He cut, like, he has scarring all over him from it. He cut his face up on the rocks. A tooth chipped out and went through his upper lip. He almost cut right above his temple. He cut that open, and he was in bad shape. We were just really lucky that coincidentally, right at the bottom of that hill was an ambulance for the accident. I got a lot of shit for that, for not actually watching him. He ended up being fine, you know. Some couple little scars that went away over time. There's blood everywhere, so we were freaking out, but it was like a superficial cut that it looked like a lot of blood, but it wasn't actually that bad. But yeah, so I would say, if you ask my mom, my favorite toy was Baby Rich. If you ask my grandmother, it was any Batman action figure. And if you ask me, it was that dope-ass PlayStation 1. Okay. Number 9. Question number 9. Name 3 celebrities you most admire. I'm gonna assume it has to be living celebrities, because, I mean, if it was dead celebrities, it would obviously be, I can, like, 3, like, just the people who struggled and, you know, fought oppression and, you know, were themselves in times when it was difficult for them to be themselves. Hey, Lady in the Lake, just grab the sword. Awesome. So 3 living celebrities that I most admire. That's a hard one, because I don't really like a lot of celebrities. Because, I mean, being famous is just bleh. Like, most of them end up not being really good people and stuff in the end, you know? They'll do good things for, you know, for the face of it, not for the sake of it. I guess is a way of me saying that. I can't really think of anything. I don't think that's a good question, because I don't, like I said, I don't consider myself admiring any celebrities. I don't consider any celebrities worth admiring. Not really. Not to me, you know? I. So I'm not gonna go with that one. I'm gonna. Alright, kill this fucking bandit when I almost died. Jesus Christ. Did you guys kill the other guy? Where did he go? God, you just chucked his fucking body, didn't you? Don't say steal this horse. I feel like I shouldn't steal that horse. I feel like it should be like, oh, you have earned this horse. Fucking take it. And that should be my horse now. That's my horse! No, that's my horse. Oh, I think there's a chest in here somewhere. I swear I already killed all these mofos, though. At least once. Oh, I thought there was a chest. I guess not. There's a fuck ton of skooma. Oh, yeah, there is. It's right to my left. I'm fucking stupid. Alright. Number 10. Name a celebrity you think is lame. I mean, again, I don't pay that much attention to them. Most of the stuff I watch is anime or Marvel DC related live action films. I don't pay attention to celebrity gossip or events. Like, I don't keep up with the Kardashians. Holy fuck, where'd these dudes? Did they just like auto-populate? Knock him over. That's crazy. Alright. That was weird. I looted their shit and they just popped up. They fucked Sophia up too. Yeah, so I can't really say I care enough about celebrities to have a least... What's it? A celebrity you think is lame? Honestly, this isn't even... Skyrim was a great game when it came out. Okay? But playing plain Jane vanilla Skyrim today is stupid. It is. It doesn't stack up to any current games. That's why it has to be modded. And here's my thing. If the best thing about your game is that people can mod it, and when your game plays best, when people enjoy it the best, is when it's modded, shows a sign that you did a shit job at the game. I'm going to just say that. And I know that sounds like, dude, you're playing Skyrim, and Skyrim was great. Blah, 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 blah. Better than what they want to do. Huh. Shut up, Rocky. Why are you losing your shit? I know I'm upset, but it's okay. But my thing is, like, with Skyrim, it's a game of mods. It's the greatest thing about Skyrim is the mods. Some of my favorite things is when I play modded Skyrim and playing with all these different mods. Honestly, playing base vanilla Skyrim was fun the first couple times around, but once you added mods, that's when it really became in of its own. God, Sophie, are you really shedding your winter coat? Jesus. Look at this. If you guys don't know, I'm pulling my dog's hair out and letting it snow. And it's just... I'm doing it in the same spot, too, and it just keeps coming off. She's a white lab. That's just horrible. Alright, so I'm not going to do the number 10 questions. Name a celebrity you think is lame, because, like I said, I just fuck celebrity. I don't keep up with it. Question number 11. What accomplishment are you most proud of? What accomplishment am I most proud of?
I wonder what would happen if you could breathe air.
That it would be...
Got something to say?
Yeah, why are you on my fucking property, you cuck? My wife, convincing her to fucking marry me. That's a fucking accomplishment. Tricked her into settling down. And when I say settling down, like, down, grading, and then settling. Number 12. Which of your friends are you the proudest of? And why? Oh, God. That's a pretty loaded question. Strictly because, I mean, I'm proud of a lot of my friends. They do great. Most of my military friends who are promoting and handling their life. I just saw Miguel Crespo, one of the guys I went to AIT with, is getting promoted to staff sergeant. Great for him. My brother and sister having kids and raising them, being happy about that. Kyler Saxon being a fucking badass, you know, running the Tough Mudder and all that stuff like every year. Placing. My friends who are just surviving their mental health every day and, you know, toughing it out through this shitty world. Friends I am the most proud of. I would have to say... That's a... What are you scratching? Did you just pee in a corner? Did you just... You did because you're running away. Where? Alright. I gotta go. I guess my cat's litter boxes needs cleaning out, because if there's even one turd in it, he'll pee out of it. Motherfucker. I'll be back.
I want your honest opinion. What do you think about my boobs? I mean, do they look the right size to you? Hey, stop looking at me like that, you pervert!
Sorry about that. I'm back now. Okay. Now, where was I on my question list? Which of your friends are you proudest of and why? Proud of them all. Proud of everybody who's taking care of their shit, raising their kids, doing what they have to have good jobs, and supporting their family. Alrighty then. Next question. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been? Oh god, fucking Ireland. By far, fucking Ireland, dude. The most beautiful place ever. And that's not just me talking out my ass. Why, there were so many people I fought between here and there. Are you serious? This is ridiculous. Hey, he joined the party. Let's see. Ryan, you got your mic on? Disconnected? Oh, you little fuckstick. Alright. I'll wait for him to get back on and talk to him, but I'll keep answering the questions. Yeah, no. What was the most beautiful place you ever visited or ever been? Ireland. Ireland for sure. We have a cruise booked for next year for the Royal Caribbean, so that's definitely going to go up there on the list. We will see how that goes.
You need something? Talk to my husband. Ventus Loris.
Talk to my husband. Need some. Talk to my husband. Fucking cuck. Oh, I hear whispers. Do you guys see a little golden guy? There's a little golden guy. Alright, let's go fucking murder this golden dude. I'm telling you, I love being a Dunmer. They just told me to murder everybody. My ancestral spirits. Or some shit like that. Let me summon my flame atronach. Put on my shield. He left the party, that little fuckstick. I'm gonna kick his ass. Alright, so he joined the party. Okay. He left the party, he joined the party, he left the party, he joined the party. Is he here? Is he gone? Is he queer? Nobody knows. Join the fucking party.
I'm in the party.
Hey, there you are. What's up, man?
Not much. I just got home from school. And,
Wow, my mic's really quiet.
like, quiet output or quiet?
No, quiet,
It's
receiving.
rather sunny today.
Okay.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's just a shitty mic.
I find it hard to see my enemies with the sun in my eyes.
Yeah, so I'm answering 100 and so I looked up this thing because there's like 101 questions while you're bored. I've been just fucking answering that on my stream. But thanks for getting that pool and everything the other day. Alexa said you guys didn't even make her go with you.
Oh yeah, that was no problem. We just thought we could handle it. And it was way easier than I thought it was gonna be. It was Dad's idea to just like go there. but it all ended up being in one shed. So it worked out. And he stole your shed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it wasn't a big pool. It wasn't like a big. I mean, you were in it. You saw how small it was when we had it up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was nothing about light work. Yeah. What to do with one hand.
We're gonna put it up Friday. Well, Alexis had an amazing idea. She's like, look, every time we fill up the pool, the water's freezing cold, and we have to wait for it to warm up. I was like, okay, yeah, man. I mean, that's water. Can't really, or that's pool water. Can't really do anything about it because we're taking it from the house, which is freezing cold, tap, and then putting it in the pool. And she's like, well, of course, fucking genius bitch she is, goes on to Amazon and finds a pump thing that's meant for like siphoning out, like, so what it does is you put it in a thing of water and it's supposed to pump the water out for disposable water. So if you're like trying to empty your pool 100% and the drain's just not working because it's like puddling up somewhere, this is supposed to, it can be completely submerged and it'll just drain out the whole pool out of this hose. Well, I was like, well, why don't we just take that, put it in the fucking hot tub, and run the hose to the pool, and that's how we fill up the pool. And I was like, oh, my wife is a genius. A beautiful, beautiful
if it
genius.
Works, it works.
I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't work. It's literally,
yeah.
we would just fill the jacuzzi up, keep the water flowing into the jacuzzi from the hose, and as long as they empty at the same rate. Why are you running away? Stop running, fucking playing Skyrim right now.
Okay.
Dude, I have this constant glitch where if I kill someone and I get a bounty of like 1,000 or whatever, but I kill all of them, so it's like, oh, last witness has been killed, so your bounty's clear. My bounty's clear. The guards don't attack me, but everyone else in the town fucking attacks me. There's no way to stop it. Besides going to a guard and doing something in front of them to get me a new bounty and just paying off that bounty.
I'm experiencing a glitch in my Skyrim right now where everything looks like stinky doo-doo trash because it's like glitching out and all the textures are hideous. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. But do you have a mod?
1x too?
I do. No, it's just some of my mods are like contradicting or something. But
Put a bunch of random fucking mods on there.
but yeah, I put a shit ton of graphics mods on because I'm like, I have 1x. This is gonna be fine. But do you have any mods that are like they change civilian NPC behavior so that they don't get killed by like dragons or some shit?
So I don't have any mods that prevent people from dying.
Because I feel like a behavior mod might kind of like fix your problem. Because you can get this mod called NPC overhaul or something, and it just adds a bunch of animation.
I have the AI overhaul and stuff like that, but that's not what's happening. What's happening is like if I get any kind of bounty that gets too high, and I pay it off, like so if I shout and I accidentally hit the guards, you get a pretty decent bounty, so what I've been doing is I've just been killing everybody and getting rid of my bounty, but evidently that's not going to work, because what's happening is I get rid of my bounty and then everyone in the town fucking murders me, so I just have to start paying these fines for letting myself get caught, which is definitely not ideal. That's horrible, but it'll probably have to be what I do. Dude, for some reason, I gave Sophia a fucking battle axe, a badass one too, and she carries it most of the time, but then when we actually hit combat, she switches over to throwing fireballs and ice spikes, and she keeps hitting my fucking ass.
Is Sophia from a mod, or is she in the game?
Yeah, Sophia's a modded follower.
Oh, I think I saw that one. I think I
getting
downloaded it.
Yeah, she's one of the better ones.
Yeah, I was like, damn, she fine. And then I downloaded it.
She says some funny shit too.
It's voice acted.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah,
They're
pretty
like-
heavily voice acted too. Like they got a lot of content on there.
I know there's a follower mod, Inigo, and it's
Oh yeah, I've heard about the
Yeah.
Inigo mod. I haven't gotten that myself. 'Cause I don't know if the
it's
Sophia
a big
mod and that
it's a
mod.
big download, you know.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm hesitant to do it. But apparently it's pretty good. I just don't know about like a purple cat man. I don't know how lore friendly that is.
Yeah. I can give you my mod list and I can tell you like that. I love this game as it is right now. Now it's pretty similar to vanilla Skyrim. I will say that much. So it's not all that special.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
the
you
way
could do a
everything
run-through.
looks.
Yeah. You could do a whole run through where you just add quest mods. Like you can get Bruma, False Scar, Clockwork, whatever. And that'll add all the content.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't do those with all of the other mods because they're so big. So you're gonna have to like pick and
I mean,
choose.
you can. Probably.
I can't. My gigabyte limit is the exact same.
Oh yeah, well that, yes. But you should still be able to run it with. I mean, you should still be able to run those with some graphic mods. At the very least.
I'm installing I installed like everything I could to make it graphically
Well, you
better,
gotta be
I guess.
careful, so because some of them don't work well together because of
Yeah.
the one code. They code the same thing. So make sure
Yeah.
if you're getting graphic mods, you're getting them from like the same
Developer or
there's
creator.
the same developer creator, or they're like sets of mods. So the graphic mods I have, it's a graphic set something 1, graphic set something 2, and graphic set.
Assets,
So it's literally
Assets Pack
3.
1.
Yes, so that one. Get those
Yeah,
ones.
the SM,
Those are really good.
IM, static meshing.
And you gotta make sure you put them in the right order, though. You can't just
That-
put them in any random order.
Yeah, that kit also comes with like a static mesh enhancer type thingy.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I think my problem is like a lighting mod gone wrong or something.
Just
Actually,
get the wearable lantern mod. Don't worry about lighting mod. Just get the wearable lantern one. Get that.
Well, I think what happened
That's-
was, you know the unofficial Skyrim patch?
Yep.
I was mid-update, and probably like 3 or 4 of my mods rely on that, and that's like a prerequisite mod. So that was updating, and it stopped mid-update. So, that like destroyed everything.
Yeah. Alexis had a random thing. So Alexis and I both have the same load order, and she her mod crashed completely, or her game crashed completely the first time she went to play it. It had her as the wrong level. Had the character's name was right and the race was right, but like the gear she had was gear that she had on another character, and the level was wrong and all that. So she had to just go ahead and make a whole new character and just abandon that line. Yeah. Actually, just not too fucking long ago, right before you got on, my game just shit out on me. It didn't do the, you know how sometimes it would do the like,
Yeah.
and then kick you to the home screen. It didn't even do that. It just, I was just walking and then the screen turned black and I was like, what? And it's over. Ooh, they hear strange whispers. Do I kill them? I tell you, that is a good mod.
What?
There's an alternate start mod, and then there's another mod that is like a race enhancement mod or something.
Yeah,
That's
Imperial.
definitely worth it. Let's go kill some fucking bandits. So, question 13 on my list. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been? My answer was Ireland.
Bro, Ireland's the big gay. You know why? It's
Why?
not America. Okay? Don't ever say that in front
True.
of me again. Are you American? The most beautiful place is
America's not
Washington,
pretty.
D.C.
It's America.
Washington,
No,
D.C.
DC's not.
No doubt.
Not beautiful. Far
The
from beautiful.
glistening gem of this earth. Yeah, actually, DC, I was just driving there. Awful. I hate
Did you get your fucking ticket in DC?
Yeah,
After getting
yeah.
broken into?
Yeah, DC just hates.
Right, broke into your car, and then you got a ticket.
I bet it was the cop that gave me the ticket. He was like, you know what, just fuck this man. I'm gonna fuck this guy there. And then he stole.
He gave you the big A.
He broke the window. Whoever did it, not the. I'm talking as if it actually was the cop. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the cop. They
I would
broke.
hope it wasn't the cop.
They broke the window open, and for the longest time I was like, they just broke a window, didn't take anything. Because the hole in the window was so small. It was probably like 7 inches by 3 inches. So like barely enough for an arm to fit through, you know. And let alone take a backpack out of. But Carol Ann somehow lost her backpack. And so I guess the assumption is they somehow took it from her. But all the doors were locked. So, I just thought some dude threw a rock at it. Anyway, first shit went missing. But I don't know.
Almost died. God, that was close.
Did you see the Mueller report summary?
No, I didn't bother reading that.
Yeah, real
honestly, just
surprising turn. Mueller was like, just saying how he wanted to give Trump cock and ball torture, but not in like an angry way, just like a sexual way. And I was like, wow, didn't see that coming. Mueller, you freak. But
dude, the current state of politics and everything just have me so fucking. It just I'm baffled. You know, that's all I can really say. Sophie, when did you get on the couch? Bro, she's been sitting on the couch next to me for like, I gotta say at least like 20 minutes, and I didn't even realize it until she stood up to readjust.
So, do you have ancestors
I got a small fucking cow on my couch, and I didn't even notice it. God damn. Lick your coochie on the couch. You're lucky I'm not kicking you off the couch. I just don't have the energy to deal with that. Yeah, like.
how did Carol Ann
honestly,
get home?
Politicians.
I'm hearing
Carol
Carol
Ann
Ann right now. What the hell? Yeah, basically the Mueller report recommended no indictments and said there's no collusion between Trump and Russia.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh
Yeah.
my god. I just can't handle politics anymore, dude. It's gotten so out of hand. I mean, politicians are being openly crooked and everyone just meh. I
Yeah.
mean, like, not even just like Hillary Clinton, just her alone, dude. Like, how is that
Bro,
okay? How
She
is
fucked my man's Bernie hard.
right?
You know, in the debates, the Democratic debates, she was like bragging about how she bailed out General Motors and shit. And she was like, I bailed out General Motors. You know who voted against it? Bernie. And Bernie was like, fuck yeah, I did.
What's a rap song? They want to play one for prom, and I don't know anything.
Let me think.
Hey, ask that little fuckstick why
It's
she's
just that they want me to
What?
like.
Why are you home right now?
Because my school doesn't have any school.
Oh, that's cool. You're off today?
Yeah.
What for?
So I don't know.
and she's off today, Brian. That means she's been there the whole day and you didn't even realize it.
Well, I just got here like noon-ish. Oh. Let me think of a song.
Yeah, no, I don't know any of them. They told me to put down country, and I'm like, I don't listen to American music. I'm a Korea boo. Like,
She thinks my tractor's sexy. Was that so hard?
no, I put down like whatchamacallit.
Down to the honky tonk.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Rock my world, little country girl. Look, she's just gotta accept she's in Redneckville. She can't be all.
Is that Richard?
Yes, it's Richard.
She can't be all
Hi,
like
Richard.
anti-redneck and all that shit.
She says hello, Richard.
I heard her. Fuck.
Have him help.
Long day already, and I just woke up maybe 2 hours ago.
Oh, also while I was looking up hip hop songs, people got
Were you
into,
looking up hip-hop songs, or were you looking up K-pop songs?
People got into a
There's a
debate
difference.
over.
There was some like survey she had to take that was
Feeling
asking
a little self-conscious.
songs.
Or
something.
guys when they are with their wives.
God, my
They
dogs are so
don't know
cute.
what to say. Because if they say yes,
Alright,
the wives are jealous.
on to the
And
questions.
if they say no, they'll pretend to be really upset
What are your
and go
3
to
favorite
bed.
movies?
What?
Hmm.
Yourself somehow.
Trying to think of a third one. I already know 2 of them. Like, just immediately right off my head. Boondock Saints, Gran Torino.
Oh, thank goodness. I managed to pick the lock. Oh, they're at Mistwatch. Here, if you can stop them, you'll be a true hero.
Can't think of a third one. What about you? 3 favorite movies.
What was that one with Jim Carrey? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind or whatever. That was a good one. Made me sad. Which is what they're supposed to do. Okay.
I'm going to pass on coming to the third one because it's obviously not a favorite movie if it takes me a little bit. Oh, well, I mean, I'm not thinking of animated movies either, so
Oh
we
yeah,
include that, Balto.
How's Moving Castle? Was my favorite. That was a good one. That was a good one.
God damn it, just killing him with one shot before I can hit him with my sword. Cast Soul Trap. So you have 2 so far, right? That Jim Carrey movie, House Moving Castle, whatever.
I liked
God dang.
the original Total Recall.
Okay,
That was a good one.
alright. Decent lineup. Oh, hey, this is a great one because you can do me and I'll do you. Next question, which is number 15. How would you describe me to your friends?
Oh god, in what way? Okay, so my
I don't
brother,
know, I guess
Richard,
it.
he's like, he works, you know, it's just, really depends on how you describe people. Because I describe people, I say what they do and how much I like them.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I would just say Brian's a tall, chill, quirky kind of dude.
I'm like, oh, that's my brother Richard. He works at Pep Boys. And he's cool.
Yeah, that one really does depend on the person.
Yeah, I'm not a very descriptive feller.
Number 16. Which historical
Burger
figure
King
would you
foot
like
lettuce.
to be?
B. That's a lot different from B.
Yeah, I've never heard that one before. If you could be any historical figure, which one would you like to be?
Genghis Khan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but after he's done all the bad shit. I want to be him when he's got like all his harems and shit. Or
I'm torn because I really want to pick William Wallace because he was such a bad motherfucker, you know? But then on the flip side of that, I don't want to be William Wallace because of, you know, the whole being caught and tortured thing. So...
Actually, have you seen Outlaw King?
What's that about? No, I haven't.
On Netflix. It takes place like right after William Wallace dies, and it's about this Scottish lord who like rebels against English rule and establishes like a rebellion. It's pretty cool.
That sounds
it's got
interesting.
Chris Pine.
I like my Chris's.
Yeah, he's the guy who played Wonder Woman's love interest. You know?
Yeah, I know. I know the Chris's, okay? I can't think of... Oof. Like I said, I would want to be William Wallace minus the torture, but I can't do that. You gotta pick their entire life. A celebrity, or not a celebrity, a historical figure I would like to be.
Have you noticed that people seem to always say the same things?
Because, I mean, all of the, you know, any historical figure usually had, like, a shit death or something shitty in their life, but if they had a lot of sex,
like,
they'll make up for it.
I was thinking, like, Alexander the Great, he died of, like, the flu or some shit.
Malaria. He got...
Malaria,
yeah. But isn't there still some kind of fucking historical debate on whether he was even fucking real?
Alexander the Great?
Yeah, I thought there was, like... I was thinking him, or... Was it? Yeah,
dude, that has to be, like, the biggest conspiracy of all time, because, like, there's so many fucking places named Alexandria.
Yeah, but, I mean, historically, I know he was... Cause I could have sworn there was something, like... People weren't even sure if he was... Like, what people thought... If I remember at some point, historians were thinking that there were multiple people, and they were mixing them up. Kind of deal.
Like in the same way, Alexander the Great was a Greek conqueror, right?
No, I think he was Macedonian.
Macedonia, yeah. Okay. But...
I only know that because of the Fate Stay series.
But wasn't he expand... So... Did Macedonia
he expanded
belong to the Greek
to
Empire?
be like... Yeah, he expanded to, like, take over every... Yeah, see, there's my thing. Like, I don't know a lot about Alexander the Great, but I'm pretty sure at some point there was questioning, or at least there was some, you know, doubt about his authenticity of being one individual. You know? I'm pretty sure the historians believe that...
So Macedonia is in Greece.
Okay.
That's what yeah. I think it's like southern.
So, I mean, technically you're right then.
See, look, we're all right. So, Macedonian. So was there at any point in time a Macedonian empire rather than a Greek empire? Because I think he was a Greek conqueror.
Bro, you're asking the wrong guy.
So, here's my thought. Is in the same way that, like, you know, Julius Caesar...
Another assassin?
Like, Caesar just came to mean, like, emperor. So all of his successors were Caesars. But what if everybody was just like, yeah, I'm the new conqueror boy, so I'm Alexander.
What
no,
about Beowulf? You know, I know Beowulf is a fictional, but or is a fictional character based on a real character, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like, so there had to be a real guy named Beowulf, because back then, stories were spread verbally. So the first Beowulf stories were all spread by word of mouth and not by writing down. But they were in so many different areas, and there were so many consistent Beowulf stories that he had to be a real person. Just, obviously not all of the stories are true, because, I mean, most of them consist of him fucking a dragon.
Yeah, Beowulf's the one
or
that...
something.
Didn't he fuck Angelina Jolie?
Yeah, that in that movie. Yeah, but it's, I mean, similar things. I mean, I feel like if
I've
Beowulf
never seen
was
that movie.
real, like whoever the real Beowulf was that the stories were based off of, or maybe even Hercules or something, because there were real people the stories were based off of. They just got really misconstrued. I would pick those guys. I would be one of them. Because they got booze. Because, I mean, back then, no one fact-checked anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna go like Beowulf or something. Next one is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna make sure to pass that whatever your answer is to Miranda. Number 17, what's the right age to get married?
Depends on the person.
Yeah, I don't think there's a proper age. I think it's if you're with the right person. That's a pretty stupid question.
A better question might be like, how long after meeting someone should you marry?
Yeah, I guess that could be it too.
Because, well, and I think that number is what changes depending on your age. So
Yeah,
people in their adult life get married within like 6 months of meeting someone. And I don't know.
You just ask that.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know about that, but like, if a high schooler were to do that, if someone who was 19 married someone they've been dating for 6 months, it'd be like, what the fuck, bro?
Well, I mean, I knew I was gonna marry Alexis after 3 months. I waited to propose, but I knew.
Yeah, you gotta wait so nobody's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, how many
still,
what the
I
fuck
knew I was
bros
gonna
would you have gotten if you got married at freaking 18?
Right.
Yeah, so you gotta wait a little bit. So, and that's the thing, is like, culturally, you're just gonna have to wait if you're younger. You know?
I guess. Okay.
Well, that's
you
why.
can really feel soft. That's right. You should hear what the first question was. The very first question, really got me. I was like, dude, these are supposed to be questions you answer when you're bored. This is deep, dude. I don't know if I can answer. The very first question on this thing, which I didn't end up answering, I just skipped, was what's your 3 best qualities?
Oh yeah.
Like, holy shit, dude! Like, I can't really answer that. Like, I can, if I'm in a job interview and the interviewer is like, hey, so what are 3 flaws you have and 3 good qualities you have? Dude, I'm in a job interview. I know exactly how to answer that. But like, just on a personal level, I have no idea. Dude, how many times am I gonna skin this bear belt?
Oh, I think Kathy's on. Everybody's here, dude.
Damn. Tell me 3 things you remember about kindergarten.
My teacher was Miss Newsom.
My teacher was Spanish.
We had a crate of rice that you just ran your hands through. Whack.
My mat was red on one side and blue on the other.
Sanguine is the only one I would actually consider worshipping. He really understands how to have
And
a
I
good time
walked
and knows the
to
importance
school
of
because my
alcohol.
house was right behind it.
Quite like Sheogorath too. He really
Those are the only 3
understands
things
how
I
to have a
remember.
good time and knows the
I had 2
importance
best
of
friends,
alcohol.
and then
And
this
quite
fuckboy
like
named
Sheogorath
Eric
too.
rolled up and just took them. hurts.
Yo, fuck Eric.
Honestly, fuck Eric, though. He knew how to play football, and that shit was fucking rocket science to me, so... You know how it be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna skip 19, because that's such a nerd question. What paper that you've written are you the most proud of? I don't think I'm proud of any paper I've written.
I was on Reddit, and it was like this weed subreddit, and the post was like, hey guys, can we just stop making fun of people when they're tripping balls when they're high? Like, they're very vulnerable, and you shouldn't make fun of them. And then one of the comments was, I miss when nerds didn't do drugs.
When drugs were the cool kid thing.
Yeah. And I took a screenshot, and it was like, I sent it to her, and I was like, this is us now. We are the nerds who are encroaching.
Dude, Alexis sometimes gets mad, because when we started dating, I was the kid who went to parties, who skipped school, who smoked and drank, who cussed and fought, and you know, all that kind of shit. And then like, she's like, oh, you watch anime. Okay. Let's go. Okay. You read comics.
Yep.
Okay. You play video games. You're a nerd. You're a nerd.
I mean, at first you had the excuse because like every like dude watches Dragon Ball Z, so she could have been like,
Yeah,
oh
right.
that's like okay, I see, that's normal. And then you're like, yeah, you wanna watch Sword Art Online, babe? And she's like, bro, what the fuck? I remember that's like one of the first things me and Miranda, like we had both watched Sword Art Online, and she watched the English dub, and I watched the sub. I watched the English dub recently. It made me want to vomit. I hate every bit of the voice acting. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Have you watched the My Hero Academia at all?
No. I'm
Okay,
afraid.
so watch one. There's 3 seasons. You should just binge watch My Hero Academia for me, dude. I'm telling you. It's a
How many
great show.
episodes in one season?
I don't know, like more than 12, I think. So
That's not bad.
yeah, and they've already announced the 4th season. It's not like the show's gonna end anytime soon. This is one of the new big 3. So there's the big 3 animes from previous generations. I would say the original big 3 were Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, or no, not even.
Naruto came later, didn't it?
Yeah, Naruto came later. That's the 2nd generation big 3.
Berserk?
It's second. I know 2nd generation is Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. The original generation was Dragon Ball,
Was Berserk
Yu
in the
Yu
original?
Hakusho, and Rion and Kenshin. Those were some really big ones. Come on, jump! Get up there.
I really like Cowboy Bebop. That's a good one.
Cowboy Bebop was great, but I loved it because its fight scenes seemed somewhat realistic to a degree. Like, he was a martial artist, but like he would get his ass kicked. The gunfights in it were pretty intense. It is just all in all a good one. And then like the soundtrack to it also was just dope. You know, it had a dope ass soundtrack too. And that's
like,
just something I could always get behind.
It was all really like smooth animation, and also it was just very like almost calming. It was kind of slow-paced show. Very zen.
It was very, very slow, when it had its action was good, but it wasn't 24/7 action or constant movement. You know, there was I don't want to say it was character development. I want to say it was some more along the lines of mood development. Like, it helped you get the atmosphere, it helped you understand. And I mean, if you think about his life, it was very zen anyways. He just was mellow, you know. He got a job, he did the job. When he didn't have a job, he didn't do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Dude, I'm looking at this whole freaking article on was Alexander the Great Greek or Macedonian? Because Macedonia is part of modern Greece. but not necessarily.
But was it always a part of Greece?
Yeah.
Or
Perhaps
maybe
the best
after
answer
he...
is perhaps the best answer is that he was both a man born in ancient Macedonian, the son of a Macedonian king of Greek descent, educated by the esteemed Greek philosopher Aristotle, who went on to spread ancient Greek. Hello. Hi.
I'm
Ancient
pretty
Greek
sure Macedonia,
culture.
though, at the time that
life.
he was alive, I think Macedonia was a part of Greece.
Hmm. Well, I think it's like kind of how, if you look at the French king was related to like the Belgian king. So when the French king was like dethroned in whatever revolution, he fled to, I don't think it was English king. They're all related, so all the royalty just ended up being related.
Fucking Europeans.
Yeah, they'd only like fuck each other. So that's, you know, and they used to have a thing where like when a royal couple was like married, everybody would sit and watch their first bang, the first lay.
Yeah, that's
fucking
interesting.
wild. They had the bed on like a stage sort of podium thing.
Fucking white people, dude.
Do you think it was like bad for him to whack it? I think it might have been
That's a good
problematic.
question. in ancient history, when you had to watch them have sex for the first time to consummate their marriage, is it in bad form to whack it?
Well, I think like, you know, they were, whoever was just getting married was probably usually like kind of lesser than the people spectating, as in, you know, it's like two lord or a lord and a lady, or some shit. And like Prince came to see it. So if that Prince wanted to whack it, he's gonna whack it. You know?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything anybody can really say to the prince. Like, no, don't whack it.
Sir, can you keep the whack out a bit? Right? Take that outside. Like, no.
I mean, if you think about it, if the president came to our wedding, you know, just start whacking it, what am I gonna say? You know?
I don't know, man.
Like, you can do it in the middle of a fucking ceremony. I'm like, Mr. President, could you shut up or I'll grab her by the pussy. Okay, never mind.
No.
Carry on, Matt, come on, let's go through these vows.
Yeah. Yikes.
I'm not in the military anymore, so I can throw jabs wherever I want.
I think Trump is jumping the gun a little bit.
I think what's really upsetting people, one, I do think he's, like, some of the shit he says and stuff like that, I'm kind of like, dude, what the fuck? Like, just shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You know, because he just says some shit that I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? But on the flip side of it, I feel like one of the things that's really got people heated is that he's not doing as bad of a job as everybody thought.
Yeah, and that's
now, as
the thing.
all the Trump supporters, he's not doing as crazy good of a job as they thought he was gonna do, but he's definitely not doing anywhere as bad as people thought. And everyone's like, oh, he's ruining relations between us and other countries. And I'm like, actually, no, we're doing that by openly and publicly not supporting our president. It's opening the window for those other countries to be like, oh, yeah, fuck your like if we say fuck our president, you know, fuck the president, they can say, oh yeah, fuck your president, and no one's gonna say anything, you know. So they're kind of like, oh, they have a president they don't support, so fuck him.
Well, it's interesting because, like, I don't know. Something I find interesting is there will be people who say the government is fascist, the president is fascist, police are fascist, and yet, if you think all these people are fascist and they mean harm to people who don't deserve it, wouldn't you think that arming yourself would be worth doing?
Yeah, that's my biggest thing. Like, you can't be anti-gun, but like then calling our government corrupt, evil, wicked, and all this shit. Like, you can't reason a reasonable person. And now here's the other thing. I will tell you this, which is actually, this is kind of scary. I don't know if you know this. There is a Antifa-like faction. The only difference is they actually believe they don't support gun control laws and stuff. Like, they believe they should be armed and shit.
Yeah, like anyone, that's actually most leftists. Like, there are liberals, which is like the Democratic Party, and they're pretty much moderate, you know, they're like true leftists will basically, you know, in most cases be socialist. And most socialism, there's like evolutionary socialism, which means you legislate it into being, or there's revolutionary socialism. If you're a revolutionary socialist, there's no reason for you to not have it done. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, evolutionary socialist, that's what, you know, he thinks he's gonna achieve socialism through legislation. It's gonna be a gradual process, blah, blah, blah. And what, you know, these people you're describing who believe in gun ownership and, you know, have very, like, leftist ideologies, probably socialist ones, they're revolutionary. They're waiting for, you know, their ideas to become popular enough to revolt. And that's the thing, is that's why I just never understand any one of them who doesn't think they should own a gun. Because that's exactly what the Second Amendment is for. If the people are being oppressed in some way, then it's for revolt, basically.
Yep.
More so than self-defense, you know? I'm pretty sure the wording.
And here's my thing: people who say you shouldn't have to carry, if you carry a gun for personal, like the people who are like there's one popular streamer that I love, but she doesn't believe you should keep a gun protection. It should be used for hunting. Like she was like, my dad never carried a hand protection or whatever, blah blah blah. He didn't need to carry that. All he had was rifles for hunting. And I'm like, well, that's good for you that you have had such a sheltered life that you can live somewhere where you feel safe enough to do that. I got back issues. I have a herniated disc. I got a wife, you know, I sleep. I want a gun because if anyone catches me off guard, if they catch me on a bad day, I can't win a fight. And what if I'm fighting for my life? I'm not gonna trust a fist fight on that. Knights in royal times and stuff like that, they wouldn't have used swords if guns existed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're, like, everyone's... Guns they're for protection, they're for law, they're for enforcing laws, they exist for a reason, and it's because they need to exist.
Mm-hmm.
So, when people are all like, oh, you shouldn't need guns, you know, guns should be used for hunting and hunting only. Whoop-de-doo for you, Susan, for living such a happy, sheltered life that you don't even have to worry about protecting your own.
And, you know what I find interesting is, like, it's not, the problem isn't, like, gun legislation, if you think about it. It's, at least for mass shootings, what I would define as mass shootings, it's, because these mass shootings only occur because of ideas, you know? So it's just the spread of ideas. These shootings are going to occur regardless, as long as these, you know, people are radicalized in whatever way.
Yeah.
Like the Christchurch kid was radicalized in some way.
Yeah.
You know, and
now here's the other thing is, not all tasteless acts are not, you know, it's the right's making a lot of big shit, stupid decisions too. So this one kid, or this one social media thing, my friend shared it, trying to, oh, blah, 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 you know, this guy wore a MAGA hat to the memorial for the Muslim victim, or the people who got killed in the synagogues. they're having a viewing, and this kid show up. It says he showed up in support for the viewing, and he was just gonna quietly support and everything. But he showed up with a MAGA hat on, and he basically got told to get the fuck out. He got told to bounce. They're like, get the fuck out of here, leave, fucking leave. And it was made a big deal that he was being, people were treating him like that because he was wearing a MAGA hat when he was just there to support the people. And my thing on that is bullshit. Okay, bullshit. You know what you're doing. You're not. You're not that autistic. If you're that level autistic, there should have been a parent with you. And now, this kid wasn't autistic, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
just to clarify,
you can't be that socially awkward. You can't be that, stupid to think that we don't realize or that you don't realize showing up with that hat at that situation when emotions are high isn't going to get a rise. You knew exactly what you were doing when you showed up with that.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like there's plenty of room for you to argue that this hat shouldn't offend you, but that's not the place to do it,
Yeah.
Like that's the point he was trying to make, is like, there's no reason for this hat to offend you. I support you. Why should this hat offend you? But he was trying to make a point at like a memorial, and I think that was the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying.
But it's interesting that the hat has basically become like a hate symbol. It's weird, and I don't think that's Trump's fault, necessarily. But his hat is literally demonized. I don't know. Like it doesn't have good juju around it.
No.
And that's like, it's taken on a life of its own, separate from Trump. Yeah.
Yeah. Question number 20. What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
I don't know, man. Sneak into the White House.
Well, you don't even have to. If you remember that one chick who literally snuck, or the one dude who charged the White House, evidently that's not that. You don't have to be invisible to do that.
Yeah, and I just want to trigger security and then just fucking bob and weave.
I would.
I just walk right in the front door, and they'd be like, "Who the fuck walked in the front door?" And then they, all the alarms would go, and I'd watch. That'd be cool.
I would find somebody I really don't like. But it has to be like heterosexual dude. So if I'm this heterosexual dude that I really don't like, I would follow him around the entire day, and every time he meets a dude or talks to another dude, I'd whisper, "Bet you he has a nice penis."
Oh, so you'd be
Just like some
questioning
gay
his
shit.
sexuality?
Yeah. I'd just be whispering shit to him. Just, that ass looks nice, don't it? He'd be like, what the fuck?
You come back like a week later. He's like, "Yeah, I like men now. That's new." I think.
What was it? My favorite thing about that is, the whole gay thing is, one of my friends was like, "I'm straight, so that's how I know being gay is not a choice." And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, "If I had a choice, do you think I would like men?" And I was like, true. Can't
Your
blame you
burp
there.
punctuates that statement pretty well. So,
It kind of does.
I burp on my girl. So. It's not good.
Who would you like to live like for a day? Is question number 21.
think I'm pretty good.
Just at living as yourself. You don't. You
Yeah.
get a day. You can just live as anybody else. You can't think of anybody.
You know what? Chris Hemsworth. I want to see his workout routine. See what's up. Maybe
Just-
see a diet plan.
Just learn all that for
Yeah.
free.
Hey Chris, why you asking all these questions about your own diet plan? I don't know what's going on. Well, you are my personal trainer, so you gotta repeat all this.
I just wanna hear it
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah, just need it again. Just need a refresher. Okay. Wow, Chris is fucking dumb. Probably that. Or, I could... What would happen to me? My person.
I don't know. I guess.
Am I just on autopilot somewhere else, and my consciousness is in
I
someone
guess.
else's body? Either that were the case. I'd be a billionaire for a day and wire a shit ton of money to me. And then get a
No,
bunch
you get
of
to
like
live like someone for a day. So I don't think you are someone. I don't think the question is saying you become someone else. I think what it's saying is you get to live like someone else.
yeah,
so,
that
like,
question really got away
It's
from me.
you. Yeah, it's you yourself, but you get to live someone else's life and lifestyle as yourself. So like you can be Bill Gates for a day.
It'd be Jimmy Carter. Go.
If he was still alive, I'd probably. I want to say Hugh Hefner.
Oh, Hugh Hefner. I wonder,
Just
like,
because I want to see, being that old, what his life was like around all those bitches and shit. Like, just
Right.
because he also he was running a multi-million-dollar company. It couldn't have all been parties and blowies.
at some point, I feel like when you're just that rich, you stop running your own company. You know, you're like
You
a
just show
creative director. You know, you say where you want the company to go, what direction you want to take it, and you say yes and no to things. You're like, you know.
True.
And some, you know, because sometimes people aren't even CEO of their own company, and they might have complete shares. It might be privately owned. So, like for instance, you know, Trader Joe's is owned by the same people who own Aldi, and it's privately owned, which means you can't buy shares in it. You know, and it's owned by these mysterious German brothers who are like multi-billionaires. And they refuse to speak to press. I was like, that's mysterious. Interesting.
Yeah, that is a bit interesting. Huh. I learned something new.
Yeah. I gotta go. I gotta get on later. Gotta go.
Okay. Ooh, I
Sorry.
almost died. Alright, man.
Alright, well,
I'll see you
I'm gonna
around.
leave the party. See ya.
Use a party faggot. Hey, everybody, that was my little brother Brian joining me for in our questionnaire. Got a wee bit political there, which usually doesn't with him. Guess somebody said something that probably sparked it up. If you could time travel, where would you go? So there are two ways to answer this question. If it's physical time travel, there's a certain, I would have to go to a certain, like, way back in the past. Like, way back. And I say that because I don't want to be, like, caught as a time traveler, really. So, if I go back to, like, early 2000s, there's gonna be, like, location, fingerprints, all that. But we're talking like, you know. And if I go to the future, there are two reasons I won't go to the future. If I go to the future, there's security cameras, fingerprints, passports, IDs, all that shit. Currently, and people like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not a real person. And I'll end up getting deported to Guatemala or something because they don't know where I'm from. On the flip side, our reason number two is if I travel to the future. If I travel too far in the future, I don't know how much longer our planet's going to survive. We could have a nuclear holocaust tomorrow. So I wouldn't want to go too far in the future because I wouldn't want to end up dying because I zap into a radioactive Earth. I got my wife's plants outside. So I would say I would travel to if it's physical travel, I would travel to like medieval times kind of deal. If it's just your consciousness, so if I could travel to any point in my life and just my current consciousness takes over the consciousness of that time period, I would want to travel to like 7th grade and just start from there with everything I know now. Too far back and I would alter my life too much. 7th grade, things were pretty much on track for me to end up in Virginia, and once I end up in Virginia,
It was at the College of Winterhold that I learned the spell that made people naked.
So
It has definitely got to be my favorite.
I made that affected my future.
It was all my idea, of course.
7th, 8th grade in
I
high
can
school,
show you
so
if you like. Whoa,
that's my
calm
answer for
down.
that one.
I didn't
But
mean on
am
me.
going
I
to-
was talking
I
about
have
in
my
you.
wife's garden. I gotta do a little bit of vac, make sure it gets proper sun and everything, and I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. She has a little at-home garden she's doing it for the first couple of days. You do it inside and then you transition it outside after they've, you basically guaranteed they'll grow enough to live outside. And I wanted to get it a little extra sunlight than what it's been getting, so I put it outside. But it looks like it's going to start raining here soon.
Just look at that stunning view. What?
Alright.
I wasn't wasn't
could
looking
live like
at you. I was looking
time
at
travel when I answered. I would travel back to like 7th grade.
looking at you.
Develop good habits, because that's when I started developing a lot of my bad eating habits, and when I started developing when I started developing my bad physical habits that ended up causing my back pain, like the way I lift, because for the longest time I just kind of did it on my own, and I think I was lifting wrong, or I know I was lifting wrong, or I was putting tension in the wrong spots, and didn't have the knowledge that I have now, and it caused just a little bit of damage to my back that just over time got worse with every wrong movement. Yeah, so if I could consciously go back in time, just send my conscious, not my physical body, my consciousness, I would transport my current consciousness to 7th grade Richard. Now,
Was
if
that
it
something you
was like a
wanted?
physical thing, like my physical body had to be teleported somewhere, it'd be medieval times, because
Do you
going
have
to the
something
future
to
is
say?
definitely not safe, and then if I don't go far enough back, I end up with the risk of people going, hey, where's your identification, and all this shit, proving that I'm not from that time frame. Ended up getting deported to Guantanamo or some shit. So, that's my answer for question number 22, which is if you could time travel, where would you go? Number 23, if you could live in any TV home, what would it be? I've watched a lot of animes and they have really nice houses. Like, Jesus.
Oh,
Anime.
is that
Japan,
something
like,
in your pocket?
when I go to Japan, and if bathhouses aren't the way they are, if their bathtubs aren't big enough to fit like 4 people when I'm there, I'm gonna be really upset, because anime had been lying to me my entire life. Because that's the one thing that I can barely submerge I can't submerge my man boobs and my toes at the same time. And that's really upsetting to me here in America. Now, when I see in Japan, these motherfuckers are always neck deep in it, and there's room for another person, kind of deal. So, just any of these big anime homes that I see in my shows, if that's my TV house option. 24. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Dude, Reese's. Anything Reese's related. Dope as shit. Except for I don't like the weak Reese's whipped cream. Can't take it. Cannot take it. Would you rather live a week in the past or the future? This question doesn't give me enough. There's not enough context to that question.
I wonder what would happen if a Khajiit
If I'm
and
just
a
living-
Negonian had a baby.
Like, if living that week causes changes to my future, I would do, I would just try and find some, like the last week I spent with my mammy, my grandmother, I would make sure I spent that right. I would, but if there's just reliving a time in the past, I don't really, when I met my wife, the future, I don't know, this question just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, sorry, I'm pretty stupid. What's your most embarrassing childhood memory? Oof, we'll be here all day trying to find that out. Pooped in my neighbor's pool. Yep. Pooped in her pool. That happened. It's embarrassing. Yep. So we're gonna move on. What's your best childhood memory? My granddad getting in his truck. He's a truck driver, driving across states and stuff. Riding in his truck was amazing. What's my favorite holiday? Huh. So, for personal celebration purposes, St. Patrick's Day. For atmosphere and mood of those around 3 foods for the rest of your life, what would they be? Dude, pizza, crab rangoon, and mozzarella sticks. I didn't leave myself a dessert. Shit. Ooh, I don't want to... Alright, so the pizza is stuffed crust pizza. So stuffed crust pizza. Yeah, I'm cheating. Yeah, right. Mozzarella sticks and cheesecake. Yes, I am a cheese fiend. I am a cheese fiend. Which really sucks, because I think I'm starting to develop a lactose intolerance. Which is... I need to... I'm getting a little emotional there. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do think I'm developing a lactose intolerance, which is just garbage for a cheese fiend like me. Let me let my dogs in. They're losing their shit. Ooh, it is actually starting to rain. Move Tank, out of my spot. I've been here all morning. You know this is my spot. This is my spot. Lay down. Past or future childhood memories. Question 30. If you could be a cartoon character for a week, who would it be? Alright, so I'm going to say cartoon character. Does not equate to anime character. So cartoon character, I would say Avatar, The Last Airbender. I would definitely do that.
Sunset is so romantic. Watching it with you makes me feel all...
What's one choice you really regret? God, these things get deep, man. One choice I really regret. Losing my virginity with my wife. I really regret having sex before I met the right person. Because unlike me, she did. She waited. We met, fell in love, and that was that. For her, she waited. But me, I'm impatient. I didn't wait. That sucked. Not enough building materials. What am I missing? 70 firewood, 40 quarried stone, 30 clay, 40 nails, 10 iron fittings. Do I not have enough wood? No, I have to have enough wood. I have enough clay. Ooh, where'd all my firewood go? What did I use that for? Guys, my firewood disappeared. What's your favorite childhood book? All of the Goosebumps. What's a great... No, that wasn't my favorite childhood book. I take that back. I can't answer the next one because I haven't read a book recently. So the next one is, what's a great book you've read recently? I'm not going to answer that one, but my favorite childhood book, and I say childhood even though this was my teenage years. The Night Angel Trilogy by Brent Weeks. I think it was Night Angel Trilogy. It's The Way of the Shadow, The Shadow's Edge, The Shadow's Cutting, something. It's about this assassin, Dorzo Flint, and this orphan, and there's magic, there's love, there's betrayal, there's friendship, and all kinds of, it's just great. It is just violence, sex, a loved character was openly gay. And again, that was 90s. That is just, it's a good book. I suggest you guys read it. Do you feel like a leader or a follower? So that's a stupid question. I'll tell you why that's a stupid question. That's a stupid question because you should be both. Everybody should be both. There are times when you should shut the fuck up and listen. And there are other times where you need to speak the fuck up and overpower people with your voice. There have been plenty of situations where I've known the answer to questions, but with the atmosphere of the group, with the people there, with the bonds already created, I was not the one that needed to make the decision. So I was a follower. Now if it was life or death, and I felt like I was going to be led into death, I would take the lead.
I have to amuse myself somehow.
But there are also ways to be a follower and still sway the leader. There are ways to be a follower and still end up where you think we should end. I'm going to leave that there. Something there for you. Knowledge. Hey, Tankerton. What are you laying against me for? Have a lazy dude. Alright. If I could ask my dog 3 questions, if you could ask your pet 3 questions, what would they be? So if it was my cat, I would just ask it the same question 3 times. What the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want? What the fuck do you want? Because all he ever does at me. All day, every day. If it was my dog, I would ask him why he has to post up out that window all day like a grumpy old man watching for kids trespassing on his property. I would ask him which food he likes. I would give him 3 different foods and ask him which one he likes, because I get tired of them, getting them food and not knowing if they like it or not. And I'd ask him why he watches us have sex. It's so weird. I feel like I'd ask Sophie questions, and even if she could answer them, she wouldn't. She'd just sit there and wag her tail. She's just not the brightest dog. Who would play you in a movie of your life? John Stamos' ugly brother. If you could be an Olympic athlete, in what sport would you compete? So is this saying if I could have a choice to be on an Olympic level in any sport, which sport would I choose? Judo. Now this is asking based on my current skill level, and I was given funding to go be an Olympic athlete, which one would I pick? None. I'm not good at anything. So, number 40. If you could live in a different state, what would it be? So nothing above Delaware, because I can't stand that. Not Florida again. Alabama, Georgia, and South Carolina were just too humid and muggy and ugh. Mosquitoes the size of Pomeranians. I liked Tennessee, Kentucky, but it's too redneckville in some places. Like, I had to drive like 45 minutes to an hour to get to a Walmart, or it's the vice versa where you live in a fucking city and it's horrible that way. I don't like my cousin, so I can't live in West Virginia. Indiana was alright. California's a no-go. The dry heat out in that west as well would be knock out like Reno, Nevada, you know, like Nevada, Utah, like all this. If I could live in another state, North Carolina. I know they get really bad flooding and stuff, but like I'd probably want to live in like Raleigh. It seems like a decent place to live. What living person, other than family members, do you most admire? I don't admire people. That's not what I have in my life. I had people I didn't want to be like. I have people I don't want to be like. I look at them on a daily and I don't want to be like them. So I have anti-admirations, and that's how I feel in my life. I look at white trash people and I'm like, I can't do it. I lived around white trash my whole life. Grew up in some pretty sketchy neighborhoods. I just can't. I just don't want to be like that. So I don't have people I admire. So I hate these admiration questions. What has been your favorite family vacation? Well, I've only had family vacation with me and my wife went to Ireland for my brother's wedding, but we didn't take family vacations. The closest I could say is Boy Scout trips, because me and my 3 other brothers made up 3/5 of our Boy Scout troop, and my dad was one of the Scoutmasters, so that was a family trip. It was me, Russell, Joe and Matt, the O'Malley brothers, and Marcus, and then Sparky joined us, and Sparky was basically a cousin. Him and his dad, Mr. Bryan, and my dad knew each other since Cub Scouts to adulthood. They joined the Air Force together. That's the kind of bond I want. Like, those are ride or die friends. Like, they do not, like, there is, dude, Mr. Bryan could show up to my dad's door. He lives in Texas right now. He could show up to my dad's door any day, covered in blood, with a bag in the back of his truck and say, dude, I need your help. And my dad would go, one moment, and put on his fucking, go grab ponchos, and go with him in an axe. Like, no, like, that is a friend. I grew up as a military brat, jumping all the way around. I never stayed in one place. I never had a friend like that. I never had a long-term friend. When I moved from a different state, I lost contact. There's a couple people I still talk to from Alabama, but that's only because Facebook lets us like each other's posts. There's no really interaction there otherwise. You know, we cheer each other on from the background, but so that Sparky kid, we call him Sparky because we convinced him to touch an electric fence that we thought was off. It was not. He was like a cousin to me, so I grew up. So it was basically, and the O'Malley brothers I went to school with, they're really cool guys. But I mean, they are just as troublesome as they sound. They were literally they were the O'Malley brothers, Josh and Jesse. And then Marcus was one of the Scoutmaster's sons. And we had 3 Scoutmasters: my dad, Marcus's dad, and then Mr. Payne. Yeah, Mr. Payne. That was his name. But we went on. So when we went on Boy Scout trips, it was basically family guy night. So I would say for certain that has something to do with it. So favorite family vacation with my wife would be Ireland. If you want to consider one of my actual family, the only thing you consider a vacation would be our Boy Scout trips. If you could choose your own nickname, what would it be? Kind of. I don't know. I don't even give other people nicknames. Who is the funniest person you know? Bruh. Me. No. This is a guy I work with named James. He does impressions of people. And oh my god, it is fucking hilarious. He ruins people's lives with the fucking impressions he does of them. It's great. What's your favorite thing about one of your grandparents? About one of my grandparents? About any of my grandparents, really, is that they were just the best. person to your right your favorite thing about? That's stupid. There's no one to my right. Hey, nobody. I like that you don't talk to me when I don't want you to talk to me. Do you ever talk to yourself? It's funny that you ask. I am currently talking to myself. Because there's nobody on. Literally zero streams. Which is fine. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna cry a little. But I mean, no. I talk to myself often when I'm trying to process things, like when I'm on my computer and customers are asking me questions, and I'm trying to look things up for them. When I'm trying to help people solve a problem, I'll say things. When I'm doing things, I'll say them out loud. So when I'm working the computer, I'm like, all right, so I gotta go to 04 Sonic Stereo. Let's go. What he says it breaks. Well, and I'll talk to myself. I will. Some customers find it hilarious. Some find it annoying. But what I've learned is if I don't, one of the reasons I developed that habit is because customers like to hear the process, but some people don't like to be talked to about the process because they feel like you're patronizing to them. So sometimes, I'll explain it to them sometimes. Like, all right, so let me look in here, let me get my system, let me go into breaks, let me get you a price. Sometimes, but if I can tell that they're not that kind of, if they're not that kind of person, they don't want me telling them every step of the process, I'll tell it to myself, and that fills the empty space. The quiet, because that's where you lose customers, is that quiet. It takes me about 5 minutes to write up a fucking break estimate with our computer system. If I just sat there the whole time with nothing but noise, or, white noise, motherfuckers hang up. They would. So... Okay, when you're having a bad day, what do you do to make yourself feel better? Masturbate. Right there. That was number 48. Number 49. Which TV family is most like your own? Bruh, my family tree is so fucking complicated. I cannot imagine. We're unique. I can tell you right now, there are not, No, I can't answer that question. There's no TV family I can think of that's like us. Number 50. What's your favorite smell in the whole world? Spent brass, baby. Spent brass. I love going to the gun range. I love firing off some couple rounds and that smell and reek that just hovers in the air afterwards. What do you think is the greatest invention of all time? Bruh, if you had asked that question in 1990 and 1980 and 1970, there are answers for that. If you ask that question now, there is no individual answer for that, because there are so many inventions and creations and modern technology. You can't. There's no quantifiable way of deciding this one invention is the greatest. So, not enough building materials. What building materials am I missing? 70 firewood, 40 quarried stone, 30 clay. Guys, am I fucking up? Do I not have these materials? I think I do. Alright, so I have the firewood. I have the clay. I have 70 hinges. I have iron fittings, iron ingots, iron ore. I have a lock. I have nails. I have 30 quarrystone. I swore I had more than that. Then I go over here and just fucking hammer away on this quarrystone for like fucking ages. I swear to God I did. Is the game messing with me, guys? Is the game messing? Oh, that's probably before my last save, and I'm fucking stupid. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. Richard, you idiot. So let's level up some Smith. Thanks, guys. Alright, let's level up that blacksmith. I got a lot of Imperial bows. Fuck. Their army's just handing those out like candy, aren't they? I just deleted Steel Plate now. That's really upsetting. Oh, somebody opening and shutting a door, so all dogs have to get up and look out my window and put nose marks on my window? Fuck stick. Alright. So we Alright. Sorry, had a moment there. I'm mining some quarry though. And while I mine a fuck ton of stone quarry, let me go to the next question. Using one word, how would you describe your family? Well, I think I already did that in the question 49. Unique. Very, if it gives you guys an understanding, my parents had one child. My father and my wife had, or my father and my wife, I would hope they didn't have a fucking child, Jesus Christ. My father and my mother only had one child. And that was me. All their other children they had with other people, or they, you know, got via marriage. But as far as my father and my mother having children together, they only had me. And I'm actually my father's firstborn. And I am my mother's firstborn. Yes. I know that sounds questionable because I have two older brothers that I told you about in my, mentioned the height thing in a previous question. But yeah, so unique. I'm not going to go too in depth. I'll save that for another video another time, describing to you my whole fucking family tree and family lineage. But yeah, no. Unique. Unique is how I would describe my family. Number 53. Would you rather win an Olympic medal, an Academy Award, or a Nobel Peace Prize? I just kind of hand Nobel Peace Prize out for fucking anything nowadays, just for being an advocate for peace. Whether you actually accomplish anything, or create anything that helps, or giving a drive towards that, it doesn't matter anymore. They just give it to you for being an advocate. An Olympic medal, I mean, I would like an Olympic medal because that means I'm physically fit and healthy enough to do something to earn an Olympic medal. And Academy Award. But yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. Olympic medal all the way. I would love that. What's your favorite time of day? Depends on the day. If it's a day I work, when I get off. Usually a couple hours before I go to bed. Those couple hours before I go to bed are the best times of day. Is when I just spend time chilling, maxing out, relaxing, you know, doing whatever. What's your favorite season? Fall. cloudy weather, not snowing. As long as it doesn't rain, I'm happy. Even if it's snowing just a bit, like as long as it doesn't leave that ugly slush and everything, I'm fine. What's one food you could never bring yourself to eat? It's a vegetable, I know that. Brussels sprouts, or as my brother likes to call them, Brussels sprouts. I just can't do it. The texture, the taste, I can't even get to the taste, just the texture of chewing on it, just, I don't know. I can't. I know that sounds weird, I can't. I'm carnivore, I mean, live on meat, peanuts, and cheese. What's the sound you love the most? My cat's little when it gets all excited to get up and get pets from me. Or my wife saying dinner's ready. What 3 famous people, living or dead, would you want at your fancy dinner party? Huh. 3 famous people, living or dead. Chester Bennington, Mike Shinoda, because I mean Lincoln Park, dude, I would want those 2 there. Number 3 would be famous person dead. Cardi B, because I feel like that would just be fun as shit. That would be one exciting dinner party. I don't think there's a mellow dinner party ever with Cardi B there. So yeah, her. If you could ask the president one question, what would it be? Can you shut the fuck up? Just please. You're not even doing that bad of a job. Your actual bill's passed and the actual policy's done. If you didn't say half the shit you said, you wouldn't get as much shit as you get. If you could just do your entire presidency with keeping your fucking mouth shut, I guarantee you would not get ridiculed, and shit on as much as you are. I can guarantee. Telling you, just stop. Just stop talking. Number 60. If you could pick a new first name, what would it be? I wouldn't. Are you kidding me? I love being Dick. Number 61. If you had to leave Earth on a spaceship and take 4 friends with you, who would they be? 4 friends with me. My wife. Given. My brother Matt, and 2 other friends. No, I couldn't take my brother Matt. Nope, can't take my brother Matt. Sorry, Matt. If I bring in the other friends I would bring would be women, and you make that shit complicated by boning all of them and then not talking to them. And so sorry, but no. Sorry, man. So we're going to say my wife, her friend Mary, my friend Saxon. So here's the reason. So I bring my wife because she's my wife. I gotta give you reasonings for this too. I realize that's not fair not to give reasonings. I bring my friend Mary because that's actually my wife's friend mostly, and bring my wife along and have my friend. Bring Mary because Mary's like our friend, but it's really her friend. Like she's friends with me because I'm married if I wasn't married to my wife, she would just be my wife's friend. So that's how that works. I would bring Saxon because he's an engineer that deals with mostly plumbing and construction. I'm a mechanic, so if I gotta leave, take a spaceship and leave Earth, I'm assuming I'm gonna be landing on another planet that is habitable. And if I do that,
Take a look.
I'm going to want someone I can, you know,
I'll take my leave.
depend on helping me establish a concrete, like, civilization, which would be someone who can do construction and stuff. Next would be, how many do I have? I have 2 more. Next, I would choose. This is hard. Because there's definitely, like, I definitely want to bring, like, my friends who are just friends. I look at it from a logical standpoint. I want people who can contribute and have specific skill sets. The other 2 would definitely have to be a male and female for population control, or for increase in population. I know I'm looking at this from a very logical standpoint. That's probably killing the point of the game, or of the question. Like, the question's not meant for, you know, to be logically quantified the way I'm doing it, but it's how I answer questions. It's a process. We gotta just go with it, guys. And also, I feel like it's never fun to be a third wheel. So I think the other 2 would have to be a friend of ours, or a couple, or, you know, at least something of that nature. Oh, well, that kind of sucks, because then I just stuck there. So the next 2 I can be chicks. My 2 friends I can stand to start a new civilization instead of girls. Because the other thing is, most of my dude friends are like bones or otakus, or they're too alpha male-ish, and it would just turn into somebody getting killed in the backwoods while, you know, dealing with each other's shit. So I can't, and I don't have a lot of guy friends. Really, that's all my friends right there. I have a couple others, like Maureen and Lindsay. But I don't know if I'd bring them to another. I'd let them stay here. Do their own lives. They can inherit my house and shit. Who would I want to go start a civilization without space? I changed the question. I did. Because I feel like that should be the real question. Mary Saxon. And God, I have no friends. I need friends. Thanks, guys. You now helped me realize that I am a very unsocial fuck who needs to go make some more friends. Where does anybody see this gold person? This should be illuminated for me to go fucking murder. Oh, there he is. Hey, I know I saw him somewhere. I'll have to come back to that one. Put a pin in that one. What's your favorite movie quote? Where you going? Nowhere. Boondock Saints. What's your pet peeve? Being an asshole. Yeah. Do you sleep with your sheets tucked in or tucked out? Tucked out. I must be a savage because I don't, like some Neanderthal or something, because I don't understand that question. Tucked in or tucked out? Or are you talking like the non-fitted sheet? Do I just let that sit loosely on the top, or do I get under it? Or I don't understand the question, so I'm gonna leave it be as is. Just yeah. I don't understand that question. Number 65. Do you ever count your steps when you walk? occasionally, no, I don't count the steps, but like if I'm walking on a sidewalk, I'll like, and there's the lines, I'll like 1, 2, 1 it. So on one block, I'll step 1, step 2. On the other block, I'll 1 step, and then, because that's just the natural way my pace falls. So I'll do that. Number 66, what's your favorite kind of sandwich? Okay, a grilled cheese, but hear me out. Don't just put a slab of sliced cheddar on it. The American. What the fuck's the matter with you? Put Munster, shredded mozzarella, shredded cheddar, bacon, and maybe a little bit, and then dip it in a little bit of marinara sauce. Boom. That's a grilled cheese. What's your dream job? Owning my own business. Running my own auto shop, to be specific. Being able to be an honest mechanic. Be an auto shop that has good customer bases and doesn't overcharge and underdeliver. And just being the kind of auto shop I've tried making auto shops I go to be. And I've worked at auto shop. When I worked for, if you go to Virginia, you go to Ashburn, Virginia, Ashburn Sunoco gas station in Ashburn, Virginia. If you go there, I can guarantee that the gentleman in charge of that auto shop, John Moss and Janessa Moss, I publicly endorse them because they are good people. They are a good auto shop, and they're honest. And you have any questions, they'll answer. John has some bad days where he's in a bad mood, and because he's the owner, he can tell people to fuck off. So if you come in there a little douchey or a little pain in the assy, he might tell you to fuck off. If you come in there questioning him and doubting him, and, you know, he'll tell you to fuck off. But if you come in there and you're like, hey, look, I got a legitimate question, blah, 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 you know, he'll answer, he'll walk you through, he'll give you, you know, I don't want to try coming in there wasting his time, like, hey, man, can you tell me what's wrong with my car for free so I can go fix it myself? No, don't. He's not going to make any money off that. You're not a customer at that point. But I'm telling you, and that's it. His shop is similar to the kind of shop I want to run. Cake or pie? Cake. Cake for sure. Number 69. Who's the kindest person you know? My wife, because she continues to be with me every day, even though I probably don't deserve it. What's the best part about having siblings? It's cool. So here's the thing about having siblings. I'm friends with these people that, if we weren't siblings, if we didn't grow up together as siblings, there's no way we would have been friends. There's no way we would have talked to each other. There's none of it. There's no way me and my older brother Russell, with our age difference and our personality difference, would have ever become friends. And because of the personality differences, we learned so much from each other, though. You know, my brother is the most alpha male I've ever met. Macho, manly. I mean, he is a smart version of Archer. You know? And I wouldn't be friends with that in real life. My other brother, Joe, is a D&D socially awkward weeb nerd. With a lot of self-conscious issues and, you know, all this stuff, but overall, he's still... sorry, that guy was... I was trying to get some timed blocks in there. But I wouldn't be friends with him in real life, and he's... Honestly, I love D&D. He, you know, he was really the introduction. I always wanted to play D&D, but the kind of person I was, I didn't have friends who were into D&D. But he really hang out with him and his friends really brought that available to me. Now, I'm not as into it as his friends, so I don't get to, you know, experience as much. I'm not, you know, so it's not like, oh, I was hanging out with the wrong people when I'm really one of them. It's not that. I don't fit in with his friend. But when we play D&D, I do. It's unique. Again, like my family, I love that word unique. It's because it describes my family and all the different brothers I have and the siblings I have. It's crazy. I'm sure somebody who has just one sibling and they're from the same mom and dad would describe it completely different than I'm describing it. But I mean, even Jason and Vanessa, we live states away, and we don't have a lot in common. But I would still like fucking cross oceans and mountains to hang out with these people. To see this kid that they had, like literally, if we weren't siblings, we have no parents, or like we're siblings, like that kid is my fucking world. So that's what it's like having a lot of siblings. If I go right to the person before I can scroll down to the next question. What's the scariest movie you've ever seen? Let's say. So the scary movie that had the most impact on me was Chucky, because I watched it as a kid and my mom had those fucking balls growing up in her room. That really fucking. Can I not hit these guys? Jesus. So I would say Chucky, but I say one of the scariest movies I probably saw. It'd have to be one based on like, I don't really know, because most of them depend on jump factor, and I hate that. That's not real scary. Like, music gets loud and somebody jumps out at you. Okay, yeah, it made me jump. I wouldn't consider that scary. Let's consider that like.
I can't help feeling a kind of
Like, you know,
connection between us. I'm not
if
sure what it is.
a comedian comes down an aisle and starts tickling you, does that count as you finding him funny because you laughed? You know, it's similar concept for me. So I can't really think of one that. Oh, the dog one. I remember that. I can't remember the name of it. It was evidently a really popular dog movie that gets referenced, but this like Saint Bernard or something went crazy and was like trying to kill these people, and they had to climb up in a car or something. Yeah, something like that. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? Ireland. I would go back to Ireland now. Just fucking, yeah, it's great. What is your favorite family tradition? I don't really have any family traditions. Don't really have any. Trying to think if we have one anywhere. Yeah, I can't. I don't think we have a single family tradition.
Here, this is your half. Yeah.
Who's your celebrity crush?
I'll be here.
That's hard to say. It's. I really like. What's her name? Demi Lovato. I'm having a moment. Demi Lovato. I definitely like Cardi B, because she's a real bitch. So, definitely Cardi B. And I'm trying to think about who else I would have considered a celebrity crush.
You're back. Could you give me an
You're
allowance?
you give me an allowance? What?
Thanks, Pa.
Fine, here's 10 gold. Get the fuck out of here. I know there's another one. I can't think of because I was talking to my wife about it the other day. About how like I would totally want to bone the shit out of her. I can't remember. It'll come back to me later.
Stupid dog.
Okay, so celebrity crush. What trait do you like the most about yourself? I can usually make anyone laugh in the moment if they really need it. What are you good at?
Good to see you, dear.
Jack of all trades, master of none. I can work on cars, but I'm not the best mechanic you've ever seen. I know a bit about farming and general construction, but I couldn't build my own house or run my own farm. I like video games, but I'm not great at them. I couldn't make a career out of it. So I wouldn't say what am I good at? I'm good at a lot of things, but I'm not great at anything. What fictional character do you wish you could meet? Deku, so I could tell him to man the fuck up. God, stop being a little bitch. The strongest quirk out of anyone. And bitch slap Kachan. Like, don't let Bakugo bitch you out like that. Katsuki, whatever Bakugo, walk straight up to him, punch him in the fucking nose, because he's been a little cock to you your whole life. And there's no like, oh, we're friends now because I have superpower. Then fuck him. Fuck him. If you could be great at one sport, which would it be? Rugby, so I can show up my brothers who play it. What's the first thing you do when you get home from a trip? So when I was in the National Guard, I used to have to drive to Delaware every weekend for one weekend a month for my reporting. So I would say were they both the same thing? That's disappointing. I'll start doing some enchanting. Oh, sorry. I got so caught up in the enchanting, I forgot I was answering a question. Not all there. What do I do when I first come home from a trip? Like I said, when I was in the National Guard, I would go to Delaware 1 week in a month for my National Guard shit. When I came home, first thing I usually did was get undressed out of my uniform. But that's because I was in uniform. Once I was out of uniform, I would just hang out with my wife. I don't know. Relax, sit on the couch in my underwear. You know, like, that's pretty much it. Nothing too complicated. Soul Trap. Doing a lot of these fucking Soul Trap enchantments. Ooh, Greater. Why would I put Greater at the bottom? I just wasted Greater Soul Gem on a fucking... God damn it. Soul Trap. was it next? Meet. Would you rather spend 5 days exploring Disney or New York City? Disney. Disney. Fuck New York.
Why did the
Okay?
river with
And
chicken cross
I
the
don't say
road?
that to offend the people from
So,
because I got
if it
friends who are from
accidentally
New
got
York,
hit,
people that I met.
the
I went to New
carriage
York
driver would
once.
get a 5 gold
Okay, we were
bounty,
going
and the
on
town
my trip
would
to
form
Ireland.
an angry mob, chase down the carriage driver,
took
and
a,
proceed to killing him anyway.
took a
Seriously,
fucking,
though, the people of Skyrim are a bit touchy about their livestock.
Let me undo this. Undo enchantment, yes. I'm gonna find some jewelry or something, or some fur armor. Here we go. We went to New York because we took a bus to get from Alexandria to get to the Kennedy JFK airport. JFK airport. And the bus let off at like 4 different places. And we had to get on, get off, get on, get off, blah, blah, blah. One of those places, you know, all those stops, every stop, like, people were slamming into us, trying to squeeze past us. People were rude, dude had fucking, like, spilled his drink on us and just kept walking like he didn't. Like, just, like, bumped into us, spilled a little soda on me, and then just kept walking. I was like, what the fuck, bro? I really could not stand being there. So, Disney all the way. Also, Disney's just more fun. Like, it's Disney. I want to explore fucking Disney. Why would I consciously make the decision to not explore Disney? That makes no sense. To me, at least. So, whose parents did you wish you had? If I had to say that wasn't anybody's parents, it would have been my cousin Greg. I would have, or my cousin Maya. I would have loved to either have Mr. Brian and Barbara Dell, or
Mama took me to the market.
Kay as my
There were lots
parents.
of pies
I
and
just-
cakes there. She said she'd show me how to bake
That would
one.
have been just the shit. Not gonna lie. Not bastards.
Papa!
Trade. If you could shop for free at one store, which one would it be? Walmart? What personal trait has gotten you in the most trouble? It's not that I don't have a filter. So I have a filter. I know when not to say. I was in the army. I have to have a filter. I wouldn't have made it through basic training without some kind of filter. Because you have to basically take the drill sergeants to gods, even though all you want to do is fucking roundhouse kick them. But you can't do that because you know they fucking rip your fucking leg off and beat you with it. So you have to learn discipline. I say, people would say, oh, I don't have a filter. It's not that you don't have a filter, you don't have discipline. But when I'm in an environment where I
Hello,
don't
friend.
give a fuck, I don't
The
have a
finest
filter.
weapons
I,
and armor.
I'm not afraid to tell people what I think of them. I'm not afraid of social cues preventing me from telling people what I think about them, I guess is the better way of saying it. One of the things a lot of people will say, oh, fuck. Hold on, I wasn't paying attention.
All right.
I thought I was selling and I was buying. Oh my god. But I'll tell people like it is. No hesitation. No fucking cares. And I'll tell people what's on my mind. And if people ask me their honest opinion, I give it to them. That trait. Sorry, that trait alone has gotten me in a shit ton of trouble. Now, like, especially with customers, like one dude fucking yesterday. Oh god, just yesterday.
Glad you're here.
Some dude calls me, right?
Finest weapons
And
and armor.
he calls the parts department. So I have an parts store attached to me. Almost did it again, guys. And he was asking them questions. They didn't have an answer. So they're like, well, let me get you over to the service side. Maybe they can answer your question. Dude's got a 2004 F-250. So first, it took me like 5 minutes. Sir, I need you to slow down. What year is it? And he's like, a 2004 F-250. I'm like, look, sir, I don't need any of that extra shit. I need what year it is, because it sounds like you're saying 2000 and Ford, or you're saying 2004, or a 2000 Ford. I need to know which one you're saying. Is it made in the year 2000, or is it made in the year 2004? It's a 2000. Okay, boom. Thank you. Now, what was the next question? Oh yeah, just right then. What are you looking for? What kind of engine's in it? And he's like, I've got a 5.4. I'm like, all right, cool, not a problem. What are you looking for? What's your question, man? You're a mechanic. Is there a mechanic there? Sir, I've been in the automotive industry for 10 years. I started as a general service technician, and I made my way up to B-level tech, and then I became a service advisor. So yes, I'm going to be the most knowledgeable person you're going to talk to today. And he goes, okay. There's this circular thing by the airbox, and a bunch of lines run off of it. They could be fuel lines, they could be vacuum lines. They run to the back of the car, so I'm thinking they're fuel lines, but they could be vacuum lines. I need to know what that thing is, what that cylinder thing is. I was like, it's metal and it's got a vacuum line running to it, possibly? Yes. And I'm like, sure it's not like an EGR or something? It's not, ain't no goddamn EGR. Is there someone, let me talk to a mechanic, someone who knows what they're talking about. Sir, you're not going to talk to, I know what I'm talking about. I'm just asking questions. You're not going to talk to anybody other than me. And he started throwing a hissy fit, and I go, and the phone starts ringing. So I'm like, you know what, sir? I got real customers to take care of. And I hung up on him. Did that get me in trouble? Damn right it did. Do I give a fuck? Damn right I don't. Don't waste my fucking time. And I'll tell people, and I told the boss, I was like, I know your customers. He wasn't a customer. I didn't hang up on a customer. I hung up on a dude who's not going to ever come here for service. Who's going to do nothing but talk shit to me. Not waste my time.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
So, weapons. I definitely want to buy that. Not that. Inflicts a disease that deals 5 points of damage for 4 seconds. I don't want that. I want... Is it an apparel? Oh, it's not there anymore. He had a shield of like resists shock or whatever, and I really wanted that. But I'm pretty sure that all he has now is the one I gave him that was resist frost. Yay! Yep, that's all he's got. Whatever, my loss. I did that to myself. But anyways, so that's the trait that gets me in the most trouble with people, is that if they're assholes, I'll tell them they're assholes with no hesitation. Which celebrity chef would you most like to fix you a meal? Well, I only know Gordon Ramsay, so no, Guy Firenze. Are you kidding me? Dude wears flame shirts unironically. If anybody's gonna cook me a banging ass meal, it's gonna be him. Who's my favorite athlete? Whew. Now that's a question. Cause Iceman Chuck Liddell was always my favorite MMA fighter growing up. He was the shiznit. Chris Johnson was one of my favorite running backs because he carried the Titans on his back. But personality-wise, I've met a couple. I met Batista. I met Hulk Hogan. I've met a couple Redskins players, because I used to work at auto shop where they all brought their cars.
Some may call this
Kirk
junk.
Cousins
Me, I
was
call
a
them
really
treasures.
cool, down-to-earth guy. Really liked him. So I would say he'd probably one of my favorite athletes. But next to him, Chuck Liddell or John Cena, because John Cena has done just so many Make-A-Wish Foundation things. He's such an overall good person that I feel like he does deserve some head nods, you know. Somebody giving him a little props there. Selling some shit. This guy buys everything. Wanna buy my gag? Ooh. Could I wear these, or do I have to use them to make something? Whatever. Friendly conjured creatures within 10 feet get... Oh, I haven't... Why is that not something I can break down? Let me see. I'll see that later. Potions. I usually get rid of my poisons because I don't ever use them. I know that sounds stupid, but I just don't. And what else do I have to sell this dude? Sell him some amethyst. Sell him some crack cocaine. Pretty rock. Some ruby, ruby, ruby. And foot crap, foot crap, foot crap, foot crap. Foot cramp. Alright, guys, I survived the foot cramp of 2019. Shit. No straw. Nope, no straw. Cool, I'm out. What is the best piece of advice you've received? Look, 90% of the time when people give me advice, it's shit I already know. Hermel, the mechanic that taught me everything I know about cars, and Marty, the other one who expanded on that knowledge. Any advice they gave me pertaining to vehicles, I guess, would be it. 87's a repeat because it said if you had to pick a new name for yourself, what would your name be? And I already said I wouldn't pick a new name for myself. I love being Dick. It's a family name. Would you rather be the most popular kid in high school or the smartest kid in school? Que nos los dos. I don't get it. Why can't I be both? I should be able to be both. Because it makes sense. My wife was fairly smart, and I was actually fairly popular. I wouldn't say I was, like, popular, but, like, I had a lot of people who I knew, who knew me, and... I like being known. I'd say most popular. What do you like to do? What do you like to do on a rainy day? I like to sit inside, play Skyrim, stream it on Twitch and YouTube, and answer 101 random fucking questions. That's what I like to do. Question number 90. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team? I was the worst player on a great team and that felt shit, so I would like to be the best player on a horrible team. What's your favorite thing about the beach? Not going. I hate the beach. I'm from Tampa Bay, Florida, and I hate the beach. I know that sounds weird. It's just, I just don't like it. I'm fat. I don't look good without a shirt on, but then I'm not. I recognize that not wearing a shirt at the beach looks even worse than being fat and on the beach. So that just doesn't work in my favor. What else? The litter that's always on a beach is horrible. I hate that. What else do I hate about the beach? I don't like the beach, dude. Now, to be fair, the only beaches I've been to have been the beaches in the north, which are cold and, you know, vacation spots. But when I was in Tampa Bay, I didn't really have beach. There was no beach. It was, how do I know that enchantment? Because I don't see that enchantment down here. Oh, yeah, it's there. Area 45 minions. Okay, so I do know that enchantment. Fuck me sideways, Holmes. She was about to say something very dirty, kids. Do not pay attention. I'll level my magic a little bit. Oh, level my stamina a little bit. There was alligators, there were sharks, the water was murky, you couldn't see straight clear. Now when we're going to the Caribbean, on our cruise that we're doing all kinds of stuff. I might have a new opinion of the beach. I'm gonna start working out here, me and my wife, get healthy, sexy beach bodies, and we'll see. Maybe my opinion on the beach will change. But so far, my favorite thing about the beach is just seeing girls in bikinis right now. Like I don't like anything else about the beach. Thrashers, never mind. Thrashers fries, I love about the beach. If you could be anywhere else right now, where would it be? Honestly, right now, nowhere. I'm sitting on my couch in my living room of my house that I now own due to all the hard work I've done. Playing a video game on my nice sized TV, talking to myself or possible future friends I'll make on this. I don't think there's anywhere there's no place I'd rather be right now. I really am enjoying being where I'm at, and I think I'm going to keep it that way. You know, day in, day out, do things that make me happy, and this makes me happy, so nowhere. I'd stay right here. Let's see. Guys, I am leveling up my shit. What's this one? This is the overrun, right? The sprinting one. When wielding a one-handed weapon and emptying another hand, attacking with the weapon while the opponent is winding up their attack or drawing a bow, does 40 more damage and delivers a critical strike. So, do I want to switch to dual wield? Because right now I'm rocking a shield. But what's the heavy armor? Guys, I need to know where to put this extra skill. What's my favorite Disney movie is question number 3. I'd say I like Pirates of the Caribbean, but I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite. If I go old school Disney, drawing a blank here, guys. Drawing a blank. Favorite Disney movie. Ooh, do I have a notification? What do I have a notification for? You completed 8 achievements. Aw, thank you. 30-day performance. Stream for 8 hours. I'm at 25. Stream on 7 different days. Average of 3 viewers. My average is 0.39, guys. Oh my god. That's horrible. Horrible. Yo necesito more viewers. But whatever. I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. I feel like I'm a popular enough guy. I'm a pretty friendly dude. You know. But where was I on my questions? Favorite Disney movie. Disney movie. Let's see. Huh. I mean, technically Star Wars was Disney. Alright, so I'm gonna be honest, like, Mulan was really good. I loved Mulan. The Lion King, Hercules, Pocahontas was also really good. The Aristocats, Jungle Book. Which one would be my favorite, though? I would have to say Hercules. Yeah, Hercules was my favorite Disney movie. It was completely inaccurate to Greek mythology, but it was one of my favorite Disney movies. Which of the 7 dwarves is most like you? Is there a horny? Is there a horny one? Because, yeah, that one. No, I don't know. I don't know the dwarves. I can't answer that question. If someone made a movie of your life, would it be a drama, comedy, romantic comedy, action film, or science fiction? It'd be boring, I'll tell you that. I wouldn't watch that movie. If someone made a movie about my life, would it be a drama, a comedy, a romantic comedy, or an action film, or science fiction? It'd be boring. Let's go with that. That movie would be boring, to answer your question number 95. 96. Name a product or service you love so much that you would happily be that company's spokesperson. A product that I love so much that I would happily be that company's spokesperson. Guys, I am looking around my house, my living room right now, and I cannot, for the life of me, see anything that I feel that strongly about. Yeah, nope. I'm gonna say that's a big ol'. No! Oh, I gotta find out. I don't know what company it is. We got this heating blanket for Christmas, okay? It's a fleece heating blanket that heats different temperatures on different sides. It's a couples thing. Dude, it's awesome. I would, if I don't even know what company it's made by. I don't know. We threw away the box. I don't have the specifics. I just know I'm in love with it. So that thing would definitely be what I would, yeah. Okay, if you were guaranteed to be successful in a different profession, what would you do? I would stream professionally. I'd play video games all day, talk to people, socialize, without leaving my house. That's what I would do. That's what I would do, like, yes, that's 100%. If I could do that successfully, I would do this, what I'm doing right now, but just do it successfully. 90, as a child, what did you wish to become when you grew up. That's actually pretty funny. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a veterinarian from the time I was 4 to adulthood. And when I say adulthood, I mean like 17, 16. I wanted to be a vet. I wanted to help animals. I wanted to work in non-kill shelters. I wanted to be a hero of animals. I wanted to be the animal saint. Then I got a real look at what it was being a vet. Watching people bring in their animals to be put down. Or working in kill shelters where people drop off their animals because they don't love them anymore or want them anymore or never loved them in the first place. And then watching those animals stay there for a day, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, and then eventually, yeah. I wanted to be a vet so bad until I saw that. And then I got a job part-time working in an auto shop and became a mechanic. As a child, what did you wish to become when you grew up? Is that what? Yeah, that's the one I just answered. Number 99. What is the worst thing you did as a kid? One of the worst things I did as a kid. Actually, there are two really bad things, so it really depends on your personal opinion which one was worse. I was a picky eater as a child. My mom wasn't too strict on making me eat things that I should eat. So when I got relocated to my father and stepmother's house, and they forced me to eat all of what they cooked, and they didn't cook things I liked, we had this bench, okay, built into the wall, and the table was by this bench. So we only had 4 chairs for the dining table, even though there was like 8 of us, or 5 chairs. But that's because the rest of us sat on that side and ate on the bench. And the bench had a cushion, one solid board really that had a cushion on it, and it was about like 6 feet long. I lifted the board up and I would put the food I don't like under there. Disgusting. Horrible thing to do. Ugh. Looking back on it, it was disgusting. But I did it. It was one of the things I did as a kid that was horrible. And I eventually got caught. It was a big deal. The other worst thing I and all of my siblings did as a kid is we watched pornographic content on the internet. And one day, my other brother gets on there, and like some pop-up comes up from where we didn't exit out of one of our windows previously, and he exits out of it or moves it around, but we didn't delete the cookies from that one or the history or anything. So when my parents go to double check, he gets lit up. My dad does this in-depth computer system check and checks the hit pools for the deleted browser history somehow or some shit like that, and there is, oh my god, plethora of porn. And they just light my brother up, give him so much shit. He's grounded, they're screaming, they're yelling, blah, blah, blah. It's going crazy. And me and my other brothers are just like, oh my god, why would you do that, Joe? What's wrong with you? And, yeah, so we blamed Joe for every one of us' porn. Yeah, so he, that happened. Yes, that was very sad, but that happened. Poor guy. So that was 2 worst things I did as a kid, I think. What's the best part of being a part of your family? It's never lonely. It's never lonely. I always got somebody to call and talk to. If I ever want to invite somebody over, I'm sure I can get at least one person to come to my house. Well, I've been on the same screen for a long time. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure out where to put this next skill point, and then I got into talking and I got a tangent. But yeah, no, I'm never lonely, and I think that's really important. And so that's one of the
Then again,
best
you
things
would
about
need to
being in
be
my family,
with a weapon of your
if you
size.
ask me. What is your favorite day of the week? Mondays, baby, because I am off. Unfortunately, my wife works, but I got the house to myself. I can stream, play my games. Most of my chores are done over the weekend because my wife does a lot of them, and then I do some of them when I come home from work. It's just overall a good day on Mondays for me. But anyways, so that is 101 questions. Oh, I never answered question 1. Which I don't know if I can honestly answer, guys. What is the 3 best things about you? I told the 1 is I'm a great secret keeper. Let's say I'm a good friend. You know, if I'm your friend, I'm your friend. Like, I have got your back. So, let's say loyal. I'm loyal. I'm honest. I'm modest. Yeah, let's go with that. I think I am. Some days I am, some days I am. I am not. I amped. Oh my god, guys, I just made a word. Amped. Amped. I am and I amped. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Really depends on the day, but for the most part, I'm a pretty modest guy. So, that's the answer number 1. Going all the way back to the beginning to the question I skipped. So that's 101 questions answered during a pretty moderately shitty stream of Skyrim. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to comment. If you have any questions about my mods I'm running or mod orders, I'd be more than happy to answer. Oh my god. There's a glitch right there. I thought I was about to... You saw how that screen went black? Like that last time? Oh my god. It happened last time. It happened with some of my bound sword too. I wonder if it's something going on with that. I might have to change my load order for my... But yeah, so far so good. If you guys have any questions about anything, just comment, let me know. I'm gonna post this video on YouTube. Obviously it's not gonna be live on YouTube, but I did a live stream. Saw a couple people show up once, you know, 1 or 2 at a time every now and then, but no questions. I'll be posting pretty regularly from here on. Thank you, and have a great and safe